glance at history here today. Big picture with this Tennessee program, the growth is evident. Butch Jones calls it building a program brick by brick. And if you look back over the years, where they were versus where they are now, Andre, this could be a team that wins 9 games with a bowl win. The advancement is evident on the field.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think the foundation of every good program, it boils all the way back to recruiting. And that's exactly what Butch Jones has been able to do the last couple of years. The last 2 years in particular, the top 5 in recruiting classes across the nation. He told us this week as well that it's the first time since he's been the head coach that he can go too deep on the offensive line, and every player is a scholarship athlete. So he's awfully proud of that. He's awfully proud of how things have gone and how he has built this program brick by brick.
Well, one of the big reasons they've been able to have success on the field this season, the running game. And for more on that, let's take you down to the field as we say hello to Laura Rutledge.
Well, Tom, Tennessee's run game is fueled by Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara, who have combined for 1,584 yards this season. And Butch Jones said he really knew he had something special with these two after the Georgia game, where Hurd's tough running inside and Kamara's ability to make people miss was on display. Hurd's a big fan of Kamara's versatility and what he adds to the offense in that he can line up as a receiver also. And Butch Jones says these two really view themselves as a tandem. They feed off of each other. They've made each other better throughout this entire season. And certainly you add Josh Dobbs' running ability in there as well. You've got a dynamic rushing attack.
And we expect a heavy dose of that once again for Tennessee today. We also expect a heavy dose of Ralph Webb for Vanderbilt. He has turned into what could possibly be, fair to say, their only offensive weapon.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's their workhorse. Even when you know it's coming, and it's coming in the form of Ralph Webb, he seems to get it done. Vanderbilt's 6th 1,000-yard rusher in school history, averaging just under 4 yards a carry. He's their consistent weapon. He brings it each and every day. And a guy that a couple of years ago really couldn't get a break, but took advantage of a new coaching staff coming in here, stole the job, and he hasn't looked back since, Tom.
Quarterbacks have been an issue for Vandy over the last couple of seasons. Last week against Texas A&M may have been the low point. Kyle Shermer just 3 of 12 for 19 yards. Johnny McCrary 2 of 4 for 4 yards. Their wide receiving core was depleted by injuries last week. They're looking for playmakers today. We expect Shermer to get the start, and Shermer with extended playing time expected. Return opportunity for Vandy, lost with a slip on this turf, which will be an issue today going forward. Dallas Rivers lost his footing. So Vanderbilt takes the field today with an offense that has struggled all season as we take a look at their starters.
Yeah, we just talked about Ralph Webb and how important he is to this Vanderbilt offense. Workhorse back that seems to get it done despite being the team's most consistent weapon. Caleb Scott plays to be made on the outside edges of the offense, and Caleb Scott certainly can provide that. He's a deep threat and a guy that has some size at 6'2", 195 pounds.
As Vandy offense has a grand total of 16 offensive touchdowns this season. In comparison, Alabama's Derrick Henry has 21 of his own. Kyle Shermer, the freshman quarterback, will look to throw on first down. Beautiful route and great hands. Trent Sherfield hauls it in despite having Cameron Sutton draped all over him.
Yeah, and you watch here, defensive backs on the top. Shermer's going to throw it in the back shoulder. It's just a nice grab. One-hand catch into the body. Just kind of positioning the defender away from him. His job working against the best cover man for Tennessee and Cameron Sutton.
Vandy is anxious to open things up. Andy Ludwig has been a high-powered offensive coordinator in his past, but his hands have been tied with the personnel issues this season. Shoy and Marcus, the 2 tight ends. They fake the end around. Webb has nowhere to go, straight up the middle. Owen Williams, the first of what may be many stops today for Tennessee as we take a look at their defensive starters.
Yeah, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, he's the team's defensive MVP. He's a playmaker stepping in for Kurt Magid as the leader of the defense. And then Owen Williams, who lost some weight, got himself in tremendous shape this year and has become a big-time football player right in the middle of Vanderbilt's defense, already calling his name in this ball game.
So no gain on first down. Big Owen Williams, now 20 tackles over his last 4 games plus. They go with the end around, and Darius Sims trying to find the edge. A flag on the play, maybe a yard and a half. Brian Randolph in on the tackle for Tennessee.
I like the move, bringing Sims to the offensive side of the football. It was a defensive back about a year ago.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay. Correction. That holding penalty is declined. Third down.
Matt Leffler, our white hat today, so that'll leave Vandy with a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and then just tying up the Sims conversation. He was a defensive back a year ago. They needed a spark. They used him in the return game, and he was so electric there that Derek Mason said, hey, we need to put this kid on offense. So he moved the kind of slot/running back type position for Darius Sims, and he's been able to help the offense.
Sims left the huddle late. They try to open it up on 3rd and 8 after the penalty was declined. Man coverage for Tennessee. Shermer facing a blitz up the middle. Lets it go over the middle, incomplete. Slippage at midfield for a pair of Vandy receivers. Caleb Scott and Trent Sherfield with the 2 white jerseys in the vicinity.
Well, it had to be a mix-up with the receivers because you don't want 2 receivers. You like spacing, kind of like on a basketball court. You have to have spacing. Otherwise, one guy can cover, one defender can cover 2 receivers when they're that close together. A little bit of a bust there by Sherfield as well as Caleb Scott.
Tommy Openshaw to kick it away to the 5th best returner in the country this season, Cameron Sutton. And he's got plenty of room from the 18. Bust through the middle. Sutton's got the dashes to the outside and brought down by an ankle by the punter, Tommy Openshaw.
Oh, what a tackle by Openshaw. He didn't wait for Cameron Sutton. If he waits, it's over. Watch the first move you make. The first one miss, pick up a block, and he's so dynamic in their punt return game, averaging over 17 yards per punt return. But, boy, you got to credit Openshaw with a great tackle attacking Cameron Sutton and bringing him down in the open field.
44-yard punt, 26-yard return, and now Joshua Dobbs takes control for Tennessee. Great field position. He's flanked by Jalen Hurd, and Hurd on the first carry carries some Vandy defenders with him. It's a gain of 6 on first down. Darian Herring the stop.
I love Josh Dobbs and his growth at Tennessee at the quarterback position has gotten better in terms of his decision making, and just playing some solid football down the stretch for Butch Jones.
Darian Herring, who was in on the tackle for Vandy, the senior from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Shaken up on the play. They're taking a look at his left ankle. This is a Vandy team that's been besieged by injuries, and Tennessee can say the same. Couple late scratches for Tennessee on offense. Juwan Jennings and John Kelly both unavailable today.
Looks like he just kind of gets rolled up right at the end by his own player, Stephen Weatherly, on the back end of it. And they can ill afford to lose Herring. He's a versatile linebacker that can play inside as well as outside in this scheme.
Early timeout on the field here at Neyland. 2 minutes into it. Tennessee's first possession.
Did anybody catch that play?
No. Nope.
Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently.
Mike's on!
First down!
Save big with State Farm.
We make good money, but yet it just doesn't seem to be ever enough.
I would say college is my biggest concern. We don't have college saving plans put together, which was a huge, regret, I'm sure, on both of our parts.
It seemed further away.
It just seemed further away.
But now all of a sudden, we're in it.
We're coming to Regions because we need help.
Well, we went to Regions yesterday and we met Viviana, and she was very helpful in explaining the services and tools that we're able to use to get my kids through college.
It definitely made us feel good to know that there were others out there that were just like us. Viviana really stressed that and let us know that we weren't alone. It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I want to give my kids the best life, the most comfortable life that I can afford. We're finally working together to take our next step.
The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. 2 days of activities, events, and games. And SEC Nation broadcasting live from the Georgia World Congress Center. The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. Friday and Saturday, December 4th and 5th.
The Aggies are looking to finish strong. The Tigers are fighting to bounce back. Texas A&M LSU. Tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN Network.
And now for today's Aflac trivia question. Tennessee and Vanderbilt had their first meeting in 1892. What other current SEC rivalry series also played for the first time that year? It's been a close series as of late. Over the last 10 years, the average margin of victory is a little over 4 points per game. They've met every season since 1945. Vandy got off to a great start in this series. Through 1927, they had 19 wins against 2 losses and 3 ties, and then some guy by the name of Neyland showed up in Knoxville and things changed.
They've had a pretty good run as of late as well. The last 2 out of 3 years, Vanderbilt's won this football game. So the last 2 out of 3 meetings. So that's when you talk about rivalry games and throw the records out. Doesn't mean a thing on game day in this one.
Herring getting the ankle tape. Next man up for Vandy. 2nd and 4 now. Dobbs looking over the middle. Passes on point and complete to Josh Smith. Smith fights for another yard or 2. Did not have a catch last week against Missouri. Jakari Thomas, Herring's fill-in with the tackle, a gain of 12.
Yeah, Smith, a good slot receiver, who came back this year after taking a medical redshirt last year at a season-ending knee injury against Oklahoma. And boy, has he been special this year, bouncing back from that knee injury.
1-2 punch in the backfield, as Laura mentioned. Hurd and Alvin Kamara for the first time. Kamara motions out. They swing it to him behind him. Able to make the adjustment. Kamara has a sideline and a first down and a hurdle.
Wow.
Whoa. Willie Gault style. Kamara forced out of bounds at the 20, a gain of 18.
Well, the timing of this play is what makes it. The play fake and then immediately get the ball in a playmaker's hands in space and allow him to work. And then it's just pure athletic ability after the ball is in Alvin Kamara's hands.
And an opportunity for Hurd. Ducks inside, bounces outside. Jalen Hurd's a big fella. 6'4", 240 pounds. He loves to bounce it outside. Here are Tennessee's starters on offense.
Yeah, Jalen Hurd, he's the workhorse of this team. Leads the team again with over 1,000 yards this year. And then Von Pearson is a guy playing in his last year, the 2nd year in the program after leading all JCs in 2013 with 93 receptions. He is a playmaker on the outside.
There goes Kamara again. They fake it to him and look to the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown. Tennessee. Von Pearson on cue. 17-yard strike to the 24-year-old.
Watch the fake there. They ran that the play before. They get Vanderbilt to bite. The area outside defender comes up on Kamara, and it leaves Von Pearson running wide open in the secondary.
A 5-play, 56-yard scoring drive for Tennessee, helped by Cam Sutton's long punt return. Aaron Medley's extra point is good. In the 109th meeting between Vanderbilt and Tennessee, Josh Dobbs and the Volunteers strike first. Perfectly drawn up. Pearson was left all alone against his vaunted Vandy defense. Tennessee's up 7-zip.
Right here, dude. Here's your Call of Duty Ultimate Care package.
Nice package.
Thanks. Oh.
55.
The Ultimate Care Package. A Tex-Mex Bacon Thick Burger and chance to win Call of Duty Black Ops 3 prizes like an epic in-game weapon counter at Hardee's.
I'd rather do anything else than sit at a dealership. It's a lot of haggling, and it takes so long.
Craig's experience is completely different than mine.
Yeah. Yes, Mike has used TrueCar.
At TrueCar, we'll show you how much others paid for the car you want and how much you should.
Because I used TrueCar, there was no haggling about the price. They treated me so well, and it was just such a quick, easy experience.
Get your car and get back to the life you love. Welcome to the future of car buying.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah?
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving bonus check?
so weird, right? My agent, Tom, said...
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the safe driving bonus check. Are you in good hands?
I play my heart out, and this is the big break I've been looking for.
My family's been shopping at Belk my whole life.
Now they're helping us launch our music career with the Southern Musician Showcase.
It's fashion, it's music. I feel like an edgy Southern belle.
We as Southerners have a sense of pride about our music.
We want to give our absolute best.
Music is the heart of the South, and Belk gets it.
Belk salutes the winners of the Southern Musician Showcase. Hear more music, see more styles, and learn their stories at belk.com/music.
Tennessee able to score first on this play.
Yeah, watch Torrin McGaster right here, the corner. He's going to come up. He's seen this play about a play and a half ago. He comes out. Kamara's going to, their sense run or the swing pass. That's going to leave Von Pearson in the slot, wide open, a give and a go at the top. Makes it look like run, sells it because he makes it look like he's going to block Darren Herring. Herring freezes just enough for Josh Dobbs to get the football in the air freely to Von Pearson. Well executed.
Vols score on their opening drive for the 4th consecutive game. Dallas Rivers slipped on the first kickoff return opportunity. This ball will stay in play with a fortuitous bounce, and Rivers able to bring it back inside, but only make it out to the 15-yard line. We revisit today's Aflac trivia question. Tennessee and Vandy first met in 1892. What other SEC rivalry series was also played for the first time that year?
You got me.
I believe it's the South's oldest rivalry with Georgia and Auburn, and they have indeed met for 119 times overall. By the way, if you look at the record books, Tennessee and Vandy can't agree. Vandy says this is the 110th meeting. Tennessee says the 109th because there was a span during the Great War where Tennessee fielded an unofficial team, and Vandy counts that win towards their record. Straight ahead, Ralph Webb. He picks up just one. Sherfield getting into it after the play with Justin Martin.
They're going to have to find ways to make some things work on the outside in the passing game, whether it's to Nathan Marcus or Stephen Shoy, the tight end, where they get them involved. Sherfield had a nice grab early in the first drive, or Caleb Scott to soften Vanderbilt's defense where they can run Ralph Webb with a little bit easier blocking angles up front.
Webb today should become Vandy's all-time leading rusher by attempts, trying to break Jermaine Johnson's record. On play action, Shermer pressured, somehow got rid of the first man, Derek Barnett, but couldn't regain his balance. First sack for Tennessee, a loss of 4.
Yeah, for as talented as Kyle Shermer is, he has got all you want. Footwork, he's got a big arm. He's just got to learn to operate faster. Get through your reads, get the football out faster. It takes him a while to stack it and load it. Those things have to happen a little bit faster in order to execute in the passing game. Just 3 of 12 last week in their ball game.
Only 66 yards a game over the last 4 games, 3rd fewest in the country. Here's Webb, hole opened up, and he's able to get some positive yardage out to the nearly to the 20. But they needed more than that on 3rd down. It's a gain of 7 for number 7.
Just can't continue to live like this without any offensive production. They have been outstanding. I think everybody recognizes the job that Derek Mason has done on the defensive side of the football, taking over the play calling on that side of the ball. But offensively, it has been not good, to say the least.
Tommy Openshaw to punt it away. Remember what Sutton did on the first opportunity. Much better kick this time, but Sutton will still have a chance. And from the 30, he's got a couple of blocks, but can't work his way past the first
nice
man.
Tackle.
And he got devoured by Chris Martin. $9:16 to go in the first quarter. Getting it ready on game day on Rocky Top.
Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
Suddenly, he has so much more energy. I can't believe it. It's definitely a turn on.
It's like the guy I knew 10 years ago suddenly showed up again.
He has passion and drive again. It's incredibly sexy.
How are men over 40 enjoying more passion, energy, and vitality than ever? With a powerful man-boosting innovation called Nugenix. Powered by Testofen, a key ingredient shown to naturally increase a man's free testosterone levels. Nugenix is the #1 men's vitality product at GNC. There's nothing else like it. Now you can get a complimentary bottle. Just go to trynugenix.com and enter the promo code below. Clinical results show men report significantly higher energy levels with Nugenix. More satisfaction with muscle and strength. More stamina.
He's trim, tight, really terrific.
Feel like the man you used to be with Nugenix. Complimentary bottles are not available in any store. To guarantee yours, go to trynugenix.com and enter the promo code below. That's trynugenix.com.
SEC Network Football is brought to you by TrueCar. The future of car buying is here. Visit TrueCar.com.
19 seniors honored before the game today. Consecutive Bulls under the same head coach for the first time since 06-07, and they're looking for their first 5-game win streak and first 8-win season since 2007. Butch Jones spoke lovingly about this class and what they mean to the program earlier this week. For more on the Vandy sideline, let's go back down to the field and Laura.
Tom, Derek Mason and his defensive staff are not happy with communication from this Vanderbilt defense, saying that the last time they were out there, they weren't lined up correctly the entire time. Mason saying we won't have a chance unless we get the call, and specifically challenging Oren Burke. So let's watch what he does on this drive.
All right, Laura, thank you. They've been so good defensively this season. 14th in the country, giving up only 18 points a game. The defense is the strength of Derek Mason's squad.
Kind of uncharacteristic of allowing a touchdown in that last drive to Tennessee. They've been automatic in the red zone.
A shutdown defense when opponents get close. Kamara back in the game. They go right back to him, and it's off of his hands. Just a hair short. The knock on Dobbs, a deep ball inconsistency, and that one could have been 6. Here's how Vandy has improved. And we go back to the Tennessee game last year when Derek Mason took over play calling duties. He simplified things. He said we had 4 base defenses. We had 4 nickel defenses. Just let the guys play.
When you see the production, 36% of the time, teams score touchdowns. He's turning them away in big fashion, and I think there's little doubt that there's a lot of respect in the SEC for what Vanderbilt has done on defense. First in the SEC and getting off the field on 3rd downs at 26%. You just got to have an offense that complements what this man has done on the defensive side of the football.
They gave up 1 big play last week to Texas A&M, a 95-yarder from Kyle Allen to Josh Reynolds. And that was the difference in the game. Dobbs going to the air early and often today. Finds another running back. This time it's Hurd on the left side. So they've worn out Kamara on the right side. Back to Dobbs on the left side. And he takes it for 14 into midfield.
It's just so tough on defenses when you have running backs and throw in as well the quarterback Josh Dobbs that can all make plays as elite runners, and then you get this guy right here in Josh Dobbs spreading the football around. Kamara as well as Hurd on the field together. You don't know if you're going to get run on or they're going to throw the football and get him in space.
3 for 4 start for Dobbs, looking to improve on it. 3-man route, and now Hurd joins the route and he's open again. Jalen Hurd out of the backfield for his 2nd consecutive catch. Why is that so hard to defend with those guys becoming receivers?
Well, you don't know if it's run right there, and you have to take a step up. You see the linebackers take a step up. That allows Hurd to continue on through, outflank the defense. So they make it look like run. Once you step out of position, Josh Dobbs has got enough touch to get it over the top, out in space to either Hurd or Kamara.
So a fresh set of downs for Tennessee after that 12-yard gain. Dobbs trying to react to the low snap. He takes off. Busted play turns into a big play for Tennessee. And Josh Dobbs rumbles to the 12. Andrew Williamson forces him out of bounds after a 25-yard run.
Boy, the way they use him, it just reminds me so much of when Cam Newton was at Auburn, the power quarterback runs. And we see here, even dropping the ball, that still allows the blocks to establish themselves down the field. And boy, he can drop back and put something on the football as well. Great touch in the passing game from Josh Dobbs.
Kamara, a threat in the backfield. He has 10 touchdowns over the last 5 games. Dobbs keeps it, has a blocker in front of him, and able to push that pile to the 5. Zach Cunningham, who's been magnificent for Vanderbilt, in on the stop for the Doors.
Yeah, 93 tackles for Zach Cunningham. He is having an all-SEC type season. He's playing the best football on the defense right now. He's their MVP on that side of the ball.
Here's Kamara trying to turn around, and he gets swallowed up and slammed to the turf. Stephen Weatherly, first man there, and then it's Wynn who picks it up and cleans it up. Loss of 2.
Nice job by Wynn playing outside in leverage and not allowing the ball carrier to get outside of the defense's edge. Really bulked up during the offseason. Has really had a nice year in his sophomore redshirt season. The redshirt sophomore season, right?
3rd down and 6 for Tennessee. They get to the 2, they'll get a first down. Dobbs thinking touchdown. Back corner of the end zone, incomplete. Ouch. Josh Malone ended up with a football and took down a bystander.
They got 2 safeties on the back end of this defense that'll lay some wood on you now. Andrew Williamson being one. There's no way he was going to allow Josh Malone to come down inbounds with that pass being that close. And then Oren Burks is the one on the other side that he's kind of the quarterback of the defense, but boy, they both, and Burks is an ex-linebacker who moved to free safety. You think he doesn't want to hit you?
My man against the wall had nowhere to go. There's a 26-yard attempt for Aaron Medley. He's hit 65% of his field goal attempts this season, and that one is just inside the right, upright and good. Tennessee has had 2 possessions. They've scored twice. 6:01 to go in the first quarter of this rivalry matchup, in Tennessee on top.
Behind every victory is someone who helped make it happen. Call them mentors, coaches, or even mom or dad. At Northwestern Mutual, we call them advisors. The right financial partners to help you tap into strengths you might not even know you have, and guide you where you want to be financially and personally. Because no one wins alone. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Woo, you got this party hopping. Plasma blender. What you powering all this with?
Honda EU 2000. Lightweight, reliable, super quiet. Can't beat them. What about you?
Grandpa. He's been going strong for 82 years. I gotta go.
Nothing powers your party like a Honda. Honda generators. Very smart.
GameFly is the best way to rent and buy games.
Go on GameFly, click the games you want, put them in your queue. You get a game in the mail. Keep a game as long as you want. There's no late fees. When you return it, the next game comes.
Like magic. Like magic.
They have new games, they have classic games.
And if you decide you want to keep them, all you have to do is click keep it.
And boom, you just bought the game.
If you're a gamer, go to Gamefly.com right now and start your free 30-day trial today. Now offering movie rentals. Products shown rated D through M.
We are saving money and we're playing more games.
The Aggies are looking to finish strong. The Tigers are fighting to bounce back. Texas A&M LSU, tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN Network.
The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. 2 days of activities, events, and games. And SEC Nation broadcasting live from the Georgia World Congress Center. The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. Friday and Saturday, December 4th and 5th.
First-year Vandy offensive coordinator Andy Ludwig has full control of the offense. This week, Derek Mason told us he reached into his bag of tricks during practice. We might see him try to do it again during the game. He's no stranger to it in big games. In fact, in the big game, this was Cal Stanford 2010 when Ludwig was the offensive coordinator for Jeff Tedford. Keenan Allen found Marvin Jones on this pass in the 4th quarter. Then another trick play. Iso Sofelli took a lateral from Allen on the hook and ladder, and Cal able to score a couple of big touchdowns on trick plays late in the game. We also saw Vandy last week, a couple weeks ago against Kentucky, use a trick play. And the bottom line is that Andy Ludwig really hasn't had to coach like this in his career with his hands tied, missing out on playmakers and missing opportunities from the quarterback position. He wants an opportunity to open things up, that opportunity just hasn't presented itself. So do they take chances, and can they afford to take chances?
Well, I think they're going to have to take them at some point in this football game to create some room for what they really want to do, and that's run Ralph Webb.
They finally have great field position after the return by Dallas Rivers takes it out to the 30. A couple weeks ago against Kentucky, they hit a guy on the sideline. Caleb Scott started inside the numbers, came back out, everything perfect legal. They called this one the Sneaky Pete, and it paid off.
He starts towards the field, never got in the white area of the sideline, so he was on the field, actually started out towards the field, came back, got lined up. I like, kind of ducking down, though, because you just kind of blend in with what's going on the sideline.
So there's Caleb Scott. He's one of their better playmakers. But Derek Mason told us we got to find some guys we can get the ball to. Ralph Webb, one of those guys, straight up the middle, and Webb breaks free. All the way down to the 20-yard line. It's a 50-yard run for Webb.
Oh, what a run by Ralph Webb when you know it's coming. Excellent interior block inside by Dallas Rivers, the fullback. Webb follows him through the hole, and then it's a foot race. He gets to the third level of the defense and is still churning those big legs.
We've got a flag down inside the 15-yard line.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 33 on the defense. That's his first of the game. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So tack on some more yardage after Ladero McNeil got flagged.
He just stepped right out of the tackle of Darian Kirkland, the true freshman, who's starting now at middle linebacker for Tennessee. And you see right there at the very end of it, the block coming in behind was Ladero McNeil.
Scoring opportunity for Vanderbilt. Dallas Rivers through the line and able to pick up 3. Austin Smith in for the stop for Tennessee.
Yeah, they like Rivers. He's a versatile player who can play both fullback through the lead block to play before and tailback. When they want to try to thump you, when they want to get big, they'll go to Rivers to give Ralph Webb a little blow at times, but he's the thumper in the running game.
106 plays since Vandy last scored. Room on the outside for Darius Sims, and he's in. 7-yard touchdown plunge for Sims, his first rushing touchdown of the season. And the junior from Memphis has Vandy on the board.
They did it with Ralph Webb, a nice long run. They soften you up with Dallas Rivers to make you think they're going to pound it. And then they bring the smaller changeup back in the game in Darius Sims to try to get speed, to get the outside. And he got just enough, Tom.
Here's Tommy Openshaw for the extra point. A 3-play, 70-yard scoring drive for Vanderbilt. Ralph Webb carrying the water on that one. 50 yards up the middle. Plus a penalty to get Vandy knocking on the door. And Darius Sims able to take it in by finding the edge. And Vandy finds the end zone.
Hi, would you sign my petition? Miss, can you sign my petition? It says, I, Larry Culpepper, should present the national championship trophy to
the winner of the college football playoff.
I invented the playoff. I should be able to hand out the trophy.
That's my job. Who are you?
Almost got John Saunders to sign it. If I give you a Dr. Pepper, will you sign my petition?
No.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. You'll give me 6. Don't spill on it. I can't read that. You're going to have to do it again. Let's go, Dr. Pepper here. Let's go, Dr. Pepper here.
Let's say your team is traveling, or your client's in another state, and you need to connect face-to-face. Now's the time for GoToMeeting. Join a session from any device. One click is all it takes. Share your screen, demo a product, give a presentation. GoToMeeting with HD Faces. It's a great way to build relationships, ensure everyone's on the same page, get buy-in, and turn business ideas into actions faster. Try GoToMeeting free for 30 days at gotomeeting.com now.
On on the banks of the Tennessee River inside Neyland Stadium, where the Volunteers lead 10-7 over Vanderbilt. Let's head out of the field and check in with Laura.
Well, Tom, Evan Berry may lead the nation in kickoff returns, but he still gets nervous every time he's back there because he says he doesn't know what's going to happen. Here's what he's going to look for, though. He judges the hang time of the kick and also wind direction. He also will take a couple knees to see if he can get the kickoff team relaxed, and then they don't cover down all the way. They want him to have his momentum going forward. He catches the ball like an outfielder. They call it stealing 5 yards.
See if Evan Berry will get an opportunity. 3 kickoff return touchdowns this season. He's tied Willie Galt for the school record, and they're going to keep it away from him. Somebody's got to cover it, though. Free ball outside the 20. Scooped up by Berry. And Berry, wow. This guy is unbelievable. They tried to kick it away from him, and he's still able to scoop it up and take it out to the 34-yard line. Take a look at greatness that Evan Berry has been compared to. Opening kick against Kentucky for the speedster and the track star Willie Galt. Untouched against Kentucky, Evan Berry barely touched him. Willie Galt, one of the best track stars of our time, but first in a Tennessee uniform, and Berry paying homage to him with 3 kickoff returns for a score. His dad James played on some of those same Tennessee teams that Galt did back in the early 80s. Jalen Hurd with the carry, and he picks up 3.
Fast individuals.
Yes, yes.
Those couple of clips that we watched, Willie Galt, one of the fastest to ever put on a pair of cleats, and then this guy here, he runs with toughness, able to break tackles, and then he has the speed to turn it on at the end to take it to the house for you.
Dobbs lets it go and finds his man Von Pearson, who has a touchdown today. Takes it past the 50.
I've been really impressed with the patience of Josh Dobbs in the passing game. They're not really forcing the run. With Hurd and Kamara, it's been the passing game that's opened up some nice running alleys for Tennessee.
Hurd, following his blockers, gets bear hugged after a gain of 2. Diallo was there to make the stop, his first.
We were concerned about Vanderbilt defensively. Solid across the board, and they play with great leverage. And they're not afraid to play man coverage to get extra defenders around the line of scrimmage to really complicate how you're going to run the football.
That's a credit to their great defensive backs. Dobbs looks left, comes back right, deep ball, man coverage, incomplete.
Boy, well played by McGaster. You see him put his body into the receiver, Josh Smith, and just ride him towards the sideline without interfering. Watch this. He's the team's best cover man. But right here, never takes his eyes off him. Got a feel for where Smith is with his back, and then the pressure of Caleb Azubike getting to Josh Dobbs. Well, that's just good defense on every level.
It leaves 3rd and 8 for Tennessee. Dobbs pump fake, nowhere to go, so he'll take off with it. He's got a first down now, and he bounces it to the outside. Dobbs gets past another man, and he scrambles out of bounds at the 21. A 22-yard scramble on 3rd and long in Dobbs' legs.
Let me tell you something. If you like Cam Newton, you got to like this guy. I mean, I think he's more developed as a passer at this stage in his career than Cam Newton, and he's every bit as electric when he pulls it down and runs the football.
That is,
and I'm not talking about the Cam that we know right now. I'm talking about Cam a few years ago. Not trying to compare him to the Pro Bowler in Cam Newton. I'm talking about the guy a few years ago at Auburn when he first hit campus.
Well, you're also comparing him to a national champion quarterback, and that's kind of what Tennessee thinks.
They're building that way.
That's what they think they have in this program, and we talked about it at the very beginning of the broadcast. You can see them building year by year, and now with a lot of guys coming back, including your quarterback and your running backs, they could be setting up something really special next season.
They really are. I mean, they have Hurd back, who's a sophomore. Kamara's coming back. And you got your quarterback and playmaker and some receivers to complement those guys. And what's Butch most proud of?
His recruiting.
The offensive line and those recruits as well. 2 deep on the offensive line. Just about every one of them's coming back. They're going to be special on offense.
And it's all relative to where this program was when he took over. There was a couple of years where they had 0 offensive linemen in the recruiting class. So he had to build that from the ground up. And he especially credited Kyler Kurbison this week coming into his senior day game, the 5th-year senior out of Knoxville Catholic. Here's a guy who stuck with the program, who grinded it out day in and day out, and now he's a starter on a great Tennessee team. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Tennessee averaging nearly 9 yards a play. 8 of their 18 plays have gone for 10 yards or more. Here's Hurd trying to sift his way through a tight window. He can only find a couple of yards.
Nice job up front by Landon Stokes, who made the move from defensive end to outside linebacker this year. Still a young player, just a sophomore, but a 4-year starter in high school at 4 different spots. Defensive end, linebacker, wide receiver, tight end. Good all-around athlete.
He's battled shoulder injuries throughout his career, even his high school career. They get it to the outside.
Nice.
Ralph David Abernathy, the Cincinnati transfer, and he gets dropped for a loss. Arnold Tarpley is there. Loss of 2.
And the thing about this, we were talking about this yesterday, you and I. There are a lot of players returning on Vanderbilt's defense, and here's one who's just a true sophomore, and Arnold Tarpley. They're going to graduate Andrew Williamson, who I told you earlier is a hitter on the back end. But Tarpley, Ryan White, they are set across the board on all levels of this defense for Vanderbilt next year.
Dobbs lets it go end zone. Coverage is in. It's almost picked. We got a flag on the play. That was pinball between a couple of different Commodores. Andrew Williamson and Torrin McGaster had it in his grip.
Boy, and they have got to force turnovers. It's one of the things that Derek Mason told us.
Pass interference on the defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Redshirt junior from Daphne, Alabama, Torrin McGaster gets flagged.
What a great game against Tennessee right there. Got to let him go. You know, and you have help inside. Go ahead and pass him off. But he had a great game against Tennessee a year ago. 2 interceptions in the season finale last year. So he's trying to make some plays outside on the edges. He's made one already in this ball game.
Dobbs, quarterback draw, straight up the middle. Runs over a man and into the checkerboard. He popped Darian Herring. Took it himself, a 6-yard touchdown run for Josh Dobbs.
So powerful in the run game. 6'3", about 210 pounds. Going to add a little more weight this offseason. But boy, when he gets going downhill, and one, you got to have the want to run that play at quarterback. To go between the tackles, it takes a little courage to suck it up and go through there, and Josh Dobbs has it.
Josh Dobbs carrying the load on that drive. 8 plays, 60-yard drive. 28 of those yards came credit to the legs of Joshua Dobbs. A 3rd down run, and then this touchdown run on the draw.
Nice job of blocking inside. Ethan Wolf, the tight end. A couple of big guys inside. Dylan Wiseman. And here's the reaction from the offensive coordinator, Mike DeBoer.
Already 17 points in this opening quarter for Tennessee. Shared attack on the ground. A combined 12 carries. Dobbs has 60 yards. Hurd and Kamara 16 apiece.
And Hurd and Kamara they've both caught a couple of passes to add to their overall total yards as well to help out, which I think has softened up the middle of Vanderbilt's defense. When you can make plays on the edges, that gives the power quarterback run game an advantage, because you take defenders out of the box to defend against that, and that leaves some better blocking angles for the offensive line and some nice holes for that young man right there, Josh Dobbs.
3 possessions for Tennessee, 3 scores. Vandy only allows 18 points a game. They've already surrendered 17 in this opening quarter. Aaron Medley will kick it off. Dallas Rivers back to return. From the goal line, it's Rivers. Good block. And Rivers stoned at the 20. Celebrating its 11th year, sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets. All-State makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kick. Since 2005, All-State has donated millions in scholarship funds. Tom Hart, Andre Ware, Laura Rutledge here at Neyland Stadium today. Regular season finale. Tennessee headed to a bowl. Vandy could be headed to a bowl. There will be some 5-7 teams bowling this season. 80 bowl spots, 75 teams currently bowl eligible. Virginia Tech and Indiana today earned that mark as Frank Beamer won his regular season finale. And Justin Fuente, the Memphis coach, reported to be replacing Beamer in Blacksburg next season. That's important to Tennessee for a matter. I'll tell you why in a moment as Webb spins his way and picks up 4. The first big game Justin Fuente would coach in as the Virginia Tech head football coach would be the battle in Bristol, the game between Tennessee and Virginia Tech at Bristol Motor Speedway, September 10th of next season.
Wow, good football coach. Had a heck of a year at Memphis. They went off on offense today. Paxton Lynch throwing 7 touchdown passes in their game against SMU, but we're going to miss Justin Fuente. Good football coach.
When he had 7 touchdown passes, he had 9 total completions at that point to 7 different receivers.
Oh, boy.
Those are Andre Ware type numbers.
No.
Here's Rivers. Hard-fought yardage for Dallas Rivers, and Vanderbilt has found some opportunities straight up the middle against Tennessee today.
Yeah.
That time a gain of 8.
And it's usually Owen Williams who's expected to have a big game. You see him here. Want to maybe get down in his stance a little bit late. Khalil McKenzie is a player inside, a true freshman they like a lot. 5-star recruit who was entered college as a #1 recruit in the country by a lot of publications. Late getting in his stance there and paid for it with a run by Dallas Rivers.
Webb the lone back. They give it on the end around, and there's room straight up the side. Wow. Vandy's getting a little creative. Trey Ellis, a wide receiver with the first carry. That one goes for 19.
Yeah, walk-on who was the team's punt returner a year ago. They're just trying to get some speed on the field to take advantage of Vanderbilt thinking inside with Ralph Webb and Dallas Rivers, and we've seen it on 2 occasions where Sims has scored the touchdown. They get a speedster there, and then they try to get the edge with Trey Ellis on the outside, whose father played at Florida.
The previous play is under further review.
When Trey Ellis started to make his initial turn upfield, the turf gave way. I thought Ellis got his hand down and his knee didn't hit as he turned it upfield, but that's going to be the question mark as the folks in the replay booth take a look to see if his knee hit. Al Ford, our replay official.
Right here, it looks like he just pops up. It's hard to tell there.
I don't know. I saw a divot right at the
I think I saw exactly what you were just talking about. I don't know. That's tough.
The field conditions have come under heavy scrutiny here in East Tennessee.
Remember, the ruling on the field is where the ball is currently spotted. So it would have to take indisputable video evidence. And I think he's still up.
Yeah, I think that divot we saw was from the cleats, not the knees.
It's the cleats and his hand may be pushing right there.
So you think you see some room between?
I think I see just a smidget of light between his knee and the actual turf.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
19-yard gain for Trey Ellis. I'd mentioned that the turf has come under heavy scrutiny here in Knoxville. It was really in bad shape when we were here for the South Carolina game. The turf was a little wet. Players on both sides had trouble with their footing. Jimmy Hyams, a local radio announcer, wrote a scathing article last week detailing exactly what the issues were with this field. And you just hope that it's not a safety issue going forward for these players. But we have seen some slippage already today. Shermer to throw. Looking deep. Man got a step, and that is into the breadbasket and complete to Caleb Scott. Somehow it dropped into his hands.
Well, what a nice throw by Kyle Shermer.
That's the end of the first quarter.
To the speedster Caleb Scott. And watch the concentration. They switch responsibilities, let him go outside on a 9 route, and just concentrates with 2 defenders barreling down on him.
Scott hauls it in for a gain of 36, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. A big play for Vandy. They're looking to score again on Senior Day in Knoxville.
Before you walk through this door, other doors have already been opened. All thanks to our network of dedicated mortgage professionals and industry partners, ready to lend a hand, securing resources, and taking care of details. So the moment you arrive at your new house, it's ready to become your new home. Franklin American Mortgage. It all begins with home.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. He paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process, approve, and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Tommy Copper has designed comfortable copper and zinc-infused compression gear that redefines muscle recovery and soreness relief for young and old.
It's not a matter of if you get hurt, it's a matter of when and how bad.
I've seen every kind of different injury there is. When I'm done riding bucking horses, my day job begins.
Every little positive increment you can get to make your body feel better counts.
Because of my sport, because it's so brutal, I wear compression all the time.
I really consider a Tommy Copper knee sleeve my security blanket.
Compression is a great way to relieve those everyday aches and pains.
From top athletes looking for another notch on their belt to everyday folks that can't call in sick with a sore knee, shoulder, wrist, foot, or elbow.
Doesn't matter if my feet ache. I need to show up every day.
No excuses.
That's how you stay on top. That's how you become a champion. That's how you put your name in the record books.
Tommy Copper's original 24-hour compression is designed to help harness the body's natural recovery.
You got to go to TommyCopper.com to get it.
Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
Just because you're not home on Saturday doesn't mean you can't watch college football. Take Watch ESPN with you and stream every game live. Just download the Watch ESPN app or go to watchespn.com. In fact, it doesn't have to be a Saturday. We had a fantastic Thanksgiving dinner with our crew last night in Knoxville's Old City.
What a good time.
Yeah, we watched TCU win in 2 overtimes, had a bunch of phones lit up. By the way, the food last night was sensational. It was so good. I was a little bit surprised to learn, though, that some of our crew members got their corn from a jar last night.
Oh, boy.
Kyle Shermer at quarterback for Vanderbilt. He's hit on 2 of 3 for 47 yards. We start the second quarter with Tennessee holding on to a 10-point lead. Here's Darius Sims. And Sims back to the outside. He's in again. Second touchdown run for Darius Sims. Ball came out late after he was over the goal line. It's a 12-yard touchdown run to open the second quarter. Chippiness ensues. Another flag on the play. This one down at the 2.
Holding. Offense, number 10. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
Oh, boy, Trent Sherfield working to try to hold the leverage on the outside for Darius Sims. Watch Sherfield right here, right there, right on the outside of the shoulder pad. Don't know if the defender would have gotten there. All you got to do is just shield him without putting hands on him.
So instead of a 3-point game, Vandy's backed up. Shermer goes in zone. That is caught. Did he get the toe down? They say yes. Trent Sherfield making up for his flag with a 12-yard touchdown catch.
That's how you come back and repay the team right there. After a mistake cost you points and yards, come back and make a play right here. Toe is clearly down right there. Nice job and an even better pass by the true freshman Kyle Shermer.
A 6-play, 80-yard drive. Sherfield's third touchdown of the season. Good start for Kyle Shermer. That touchdown drive set up by the 36-yard Caleb Scott reception. And the second quarter begins with a Vanderbilt touchdown.
Yeah, they go bunch formation to the top to make Tennessee think they're going to go right. He identifies the one-on-one on the outside, and it's just Sherfield working against Justin Martin, the junior college transfer. And what a well-thrown ball where only Sherfield was going to catch it or it was going out of bounds. Vanderbilt refusing to go away.
They haven't been in many games like this, though, high-scoring affairs. When Vandy has had success this season, it's been based on their defense. They have 4 wins and a couple of conference wins, including a very low-scoring affair against Missouri and Kyle Shermer's first start. Look at the breakdown now for Trent Sherfield. First 7 games, couple touchdowns, 41 catches. It's his first touchdown since September 19th because what Derek Mason asked Andy Ludwig to do offensively was devise a game plan to keep us in the game, to be conservative, to try and control the clock if you could, but basically let our defense win games.
Well, your defense won't score, you know, not in the majority of games that you play, and you got to have offense that puts points on the board. And it's because Andy Ludwig has opened things up in the final week of the season that Vanderbilt's been able to put up 14 points to this point in the game.
A punch kick to keep it away from Barry, and Tennessee will once again have great field position out to the 40-yard line. Crowd reacting to some activity after the whistle.
Ryan White mixing it up a little bit with one of the Tennessee players.
So back to the field for Joshua Dobbs. 6 of 9 for 71 yards and a touchdown thus far today. Over his last 17 starts, Tennessee is 12 and 5, getting nearly 33.5 yards per game. Today, he's carried the ball 4 times for 60 yards and a score. He's top 10 in school history already in attempts, completions, and yardage. Hurd to the outside.
Oh, what a tackle.
Picked up 3.
This kid's not all SEC. At the end of the season, they ought to just stop, you know, putting players on teams. Zach Cunningham is as good as there is in the entire SEC at his position of linebacker, inside linebacker. Plays sideline to sideline and tackles everything moving.
And he started the season as a second stringer. Making his 9th straight start today on 2nd and 7. Dobbs to the slant. That's complete. In traffic, Josh Smith, another tough catch and a first down after a gain of 8.
Nice job of putting his body between the football and the defender. Working against Ferguson, the corner to that side. Ferguson's the smaller corner of Vanderbilt. Herndon being 6'1" and McGaster being another 6-footer.
Here's Kamara straight ahead. The Alabama transfer with a burst. He's to the 30 before Herring brings him down. A gain of 17. Alvin Kamara came into this game with only 80 carries in 11 games.
Well, they pull Dylan Wiseman from his right guard spot. He kicks out on the end on the left side of the formation. And that opened it up for Kamara, who brings a different element to this offense, which is speed.
Kamara again. And you look at what he's been able to produce really in limited time. You think there's some teams in this league that could use Alvin Kamara as a full-time starter, as a primary back.
Yeah.
But as it is, as Laura pointed out, he's backing up Hurd.
There's no doubt. You see just under 7 yards a carry. He would start for a lot of programs in the SEC. Started his career, as you mentioned, at Alabama, but he'd be a starter for a lot of teams.
On 2nd and 9, Dobbs goes to the sideline, incomplete. Von Pearson never made it to the end of the route.
It looks like he slipped, but he also looks like he's pulling up where Dobbs thought he was going to continue outside, and maybe he was.
Turf monster got him.
Shoulder pads over your feet, Tom.
3rd and 9. Dobbs will move the pocket. Looking deep. And lobs one incomplete. I'm glad you brought that up because it seems like, not to belabor the point, but playing on this turf is almost like playing on ice.
Yep.
I mean, you've got to keep your feet underneath you or you're risking losing your balance.
Or a frozen field, you're absolutely right. Or you risk that, you know, slipping and sliding, you have to run under control. And it's always when a surface is like this, it's always to the offense's advantage because you know where you're going to run a route, how deep you're going to run it, where I'm going to plant to make a move, where the defense is still trying to read the reaction of the receiver. So it is tougher on the defensive side of the ball when field conditions aren't ideal.
47-yard attempt for Medley. His season long is 45. Aaron Medley has the distance, and it's good. Big leg. Aaron Medley. Would have been good from 57. Aaron Medley almost kicked that one to South Knoxville. South Knoxville, underrated.
I'd rather do anything else than sit at a dealership. It's a lot of haggling, and it takes so long.
Craig's experience is completely different than mine.
Yeah. Yes, Mike has used TrueCar.
At TrueCar, we'll show you how much others paid for the car you want and how much you should.
Because I used TrueCar, there was no haggling about the price. They treated me so well, and it was just such a quick, easy experience.
Get your car and get back to the life you love. Welcome to the future of car buying.
So, you say men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Then how'd I get this?
Safe driving bonus check. Every 6 months without an accident, Allstate sends a check. Okay. Silence. Are you in good hands?
I have League Pass at home. I've had it for a while. I'm a huge fan of the game. I still enjoy watching other teams play.
You can watch any game, any story. I think it's great.
A lot of times on the road, I carry around a laptop and I can stream the games.
I'm able to look down at my phone when I get the ticker, seeing that there's something special happening.
37 and a quarter!
I've never seen anything like that. My eyes were glued to the TV.
It was unbelievable.
At the end of the day, I'm a fan of the game.
That's the best part about it.
Follow us on NBA League Pass.
This is why we play.
Hey, let's go! Batter up! I'll be right there. I'm getting an online car insurance quote from the General. What? Right now? Yeah, it's super fast. It only takes a couple of minutes.
Get your anonymous online quote from the General in minutes with low payments and choice of payment due date.
Son! Get an anonymous online quote now. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
SEC Network Football is brought to you by Belk, the home of modern Southern style. Visit Belk.com today.
We go back to this game in 1997, Peyton Manning's final home game. He threw for 159 yards as Tennessee won 17-10. And then climbed the ladder to direct the band and Rocky Top. Peyton finished with over 11,000 yards and 89 touchdowns in a legendary career. Remember, he was third, maybe fourth string quarterback in 1994. Jerry Colquitt was the starter Peyton's freshman year. Brandon Stewart was on that team. He was a highly touted freshman that would eventually transfer to Texas A&M. Yeah. In Peyton's book, he writes about the competition with Brandon Stewart. One day they were watching film, or at least Brandon invited Peyton to watch film. Peyton passed, went and watched film by himself. The next time Brandon Stewart tried to watch film, Peyton Manning locked him out of the film room.
That's taking competition to a new level. I'm gonna lock you out. Now I'm gonna pass. Go watch 3 hours by myself.
Oh, man. A short kick, and Rivers takes it from the goal line. Kick had some carry to it. Took it out to the 20. Well, the drama continues tonight from Death Valley. Les Miles will lead LSU against Texas A&M on the SEC Network as Texas A&M looks to right their ship. SEC College Football tonight on the SEC Network. And the real story, the Mad Hatter. Will he or won't he return? And if he doesn't, what does LSU have up its collective sleeve? Because you don't just get rid of a guy like that unless you have a plan.
Great game, only in America.
Kyle Shermer back to work. Webb and Rivers in the backfield. Ralph Webb takes it to the 25, a gain of 5. Summarizing Vandy's offense today and its impotence leading into today. First time in 88 possessions that Vandy has scored a touchdown on consecutive drives. You have to go back to the Middle Tennessee game October 3rd. By the way, Vandy was the homecoming opponent for Middle.
I'll tell you what, holding Tennessee to just that field goal, huge for Vanderbilt, because a score here and a third possession would give them the lead in this football game.
Webb, once again, room up the middle for Ralph Webb and Vandy. That one goes for 7 yards.
I'll tell you what, this late in the season, he is still showing some tremendous quickness and the ability to engage defensively. I've watched tons of film on Ralph Webb, and I don't know that I've appreciated his game as much as I have in today's ball game against Tennessee, and the willingness to come downhill right at Tennessee and engage the defense.
They go back to the well. Webb again. Why not, right? Just feed him till he burps.
Tell you what, and he's the type of player that if I'm the head coach, if I'm Derek Mason, he takes himself out of the game. You need a blow, that's when you come to the sideline. Be smart about it. Don't overexert yourself to where you're tired and you put the ball on the ground. But when you feel the need to come out of the ball game, you're our best offensive weapon. Let me know when you need a break.
4 more carries in a break. Jermaine Johnson's 1995 single season record of 267 carries in a year. Hard-fought yards there, able to get only 2, and that's going to leave 3rd and 2. I wonder 3rd and 2 at this spot on the field is maybe this is an opportunity that Andy Ludwig would take and trying to open up a little bit, take a chance. Or is this game being played out now that he's going to be more conservative?
I think they try to get the edges, maybe with Webb, since they're leaving him in the ball game. And it's certainly not a 4-down situation where it is now. Maybe closer to midfield. I would think Derek Mason may think that way, being in a position where they can get to 5 wins and leave it all on the field, but not here.
Webb stuck at the line of scrimmage. 3 consecutive runs for Ralph Webb.
I really thought they would run Shermer. The play before, everybody's crashing down inside to stop the run. You see it here. Imagine if Shermer, who nobody in the stadium thinks is going to pull it out after showing it to Ralph Webb, you pull it, he basically would have walked to the first down mark.
And to correct myself, that was the 5th consecutive carry for Webb. Open shot to kick it away. Cameron Sutton's got a big return under his belt already today. Tennessee nearly got to that one. Sutton lost his balance and then he gets swallowed up. We got a flag down. 48-yard punt, only 2 on the return. When Sutton tried to turn upfield, he went under the side.
And Burks with a nice special teams tackle. I don't know if there was a block in the back here or a hold.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 30 on the receiving team. Half the distance. First down. Timeout.
Devin Williams flagged to cost Tennessee some yardage. Trying to make it happen for Cameron Sutton. Instead, minus yardage for the Vols.
At Regions Bank, we're here to help you move your life forward. But managing money correctly can be tough, especially for college students. That's why we sometimes bring in some extra help.
Young lady, you are way too smart to hit that order button. $750 on a dress that'll be out of style by next week? And what, you might wear it 2, 3 times tops?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I probably am right.
Regions, official bank of the SEC.
I play my heart out, and this is the big break I've been looking for.
My family's been shopping at Belk my whole life.
Now they're helping us launch our music career with the Southern Musician Showcase.
It's fashion, it's music. I feel like an edgy Southern belle.
We as Southerners have a sense of pride about our music.
We want to give our absolute best.
Music is the heart of the South, and Belk gets it.
Belk salutes the winners of the Southern Musicians Showcase. Hear more music, see more styles, and learn their stories at belk.com/music.
Introducing Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Tough, but also tender.
Thank you.
Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Dried to be tough, flame grilled to be tender.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Yeah. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Josh Dobbs has taken over at quarterback for Tennessee over the last couple of seasons, and he will leave Rocky Top as one of the best. Today, he's been working against Vandy's vaunted defense.
Yeah, he's done it with his legs, as you see here. Just really carving up the defense when he pulls the ball down. Getting himself into the end zone with a touchdown run. He's also thrown a touchdown pass to Von Pearson. He has been the story offensively for Tennessee, and they need him right now with this field position.
They're backed up, and they go to Jalen Hurd on first down, and he takes it to the 10 for a gain of 3.
This is an opportunity, Tom, for Derek Mason to really get aggressive and play downhill. When you have a team backed up, they're basically going to play some conservative football here to take care of the ball. They don't want to turn it over. You have an opportunity to really get maybe more players in the box and come after Josh Dobbs.
Neither safety moving. On second down, it's Hurd again, this time for a couple, and it will leave 3rd and 5. Adam Butler from Duncanville, Texas, in on the stop.
Yeah, I like this kid a lot. Explosive player, defensive lineman who really flashes at times, really active inside, and he's hard to block.
So 3rd and 5. Remember, Dobbs covered a 3rd and long with his legs earlier this game. Looking. Flushed. Fires. Complete. He found Smith again. Another Tennessee first down on a 12-yard completion. The sophomore from Knoxville, Josh Smith.
Just continuing to grow. The eyes stay down the field. And how about that with pressure barreling down on you, where he places the football to Josh Smith. That entire play made by Josh Dobbs and his athletic ability.
So they've opened up the field a little bit. 12th first down for UT. Here's Alvin Kamara with Hurd blocking for him. Kamara, everybody's turned into Barry Sanders here now. When you turn the corner, you got to get the hand down to try and keep your balance. That's a gain of 9.
Only one of those, man. Good to see that movie up close and personal. He was special. Nice job by Stokes of staying with it as well to bring Kamara down.
2nd and short. That'll move the chain. Kamara. Lialo with the stop.
Watch here for maybe a play fake inside to Kamara and a quick pass. The middle of that field is vulnerable. We hear the tight end on a quick one with the safety creeping up in the box.
The speedster Kamara again to the edge. Cunningham and Herring swallow him up. You've been raving about Zach Cunningham for good reason. As a starter coming into today, Zach Cunningham had made 8 starts, totaling 83 tackles in that span, was 16.5 behind the line of scrimmage and 4.5 sacks with 4 forced fumbles.
And it really started kind of the last 4 games of last year, and he's really built on those 4 games.
Good stop from behind by Arnold Tarpley to come in and cut down Hurd, and it's going to leave 3rd and long.
Tarpley goes low. Who's coming high? Zach Cunningham along with Weatherly. And they've got some good linebackers. Stokes we talked about. who's a long-rangey player. He's going to add some weight this offseason. Weatherly has really flashed at times, and then much talked about Zach Cunningham, who's just a sophomore and going to continue to get better.
Tennessee 3 of 5 on third down. Dobbs incomplete over the head of Von Pearson.
Vanderbilt's going to hold and force a punt here with about 6.5 minutes left in the first half. Plenty of time to get the young true freshman Kyle Shermer going again and maybe add to their point total.
I don't know what Derek Mason's upset about. Ryan White back to receive this punt. Trevor Daniels' first punt of the game. Ten men within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage for Vandy. To the 10. Second man got him. Good punt from Trevor Daniels. 52-yard punt, 4-yard return. Chris Weathered with the special teams tackle for Tennessee. Here on Rocky Top, it's a final home game of the year. We've got a flag back at the 37-yard line. They flagged the torchbearer. That's just not right.
Usually
got off early?
Yeah, usually on the receiving team. In some fashion. Long discussion.
Before the ball was snapped, there was a false start on the offense. That was a dead ball foul and should have been stopped. It's fourth down at the previous spot.
Do it
Previous
all again.
spot minus 5 yards, so they'll back them up instead of 4th and 9, 4th and 14.
A lot of guys moving still. On the left side of the formation, there were about 3 players for Tennessee that they were trying to slide outside. The officials caught them.
So we'll see if that makes a difference in field position for Vandy. They should have put time back on the clock because the play never should have occurred, but instead it stays at 6:16. But that issue has not been addressed. Everybody's seemingly set now. Angled kick, and White from the 25 got blasted. And a little chatter afterwards. Matt Giampapa and company able to get down the field and lay the wood. How about this one? Chris Weathered, another big lick.
At Mahindra, we believe 2 workhorses are better than 1. So we're giving out a $500 rebate when you package any Mahindra tractor with Mahindra's all-new Impact XTV. Or choose red ribbon savings like up to $6,000 cash back. No wonder folks are making the smart choice and switching to Mahindra, the world's #1 selling tractor with big red ribbon savings.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. Good. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier.
Did anybody catch that play?
No.
Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Mike's on!
First down! Thank you! 70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
Sterling Shepard, he's in, touchdown. Dobbs sets, fires, intercepted, and it's over. Oklahoma comes from behind and upsets what looked like a sure win for Tennessee.
Antonio Callaway, touchdown! Tennessee squandered a 13-point lead.
It is going to be no good. Wide right. Gators win the game.
Collins, touchdown, untouched. There's a block. There's a touchdown. Derrick Henry.
This football game is over.
It has been a roller coaster season for Tennessee, and many in Big Orange Country will look at these losses and think what might have been. Fourth quarter leads against all three of those 10-1 teams, Oklahoma, Florida, and Alabama, with just one play, maybe one stop. This is a Tennessee team. If you take a couple of those away, that we're talking about not only being in the national conversation, but winning the East.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you see where two of those teams are ranked. Alabama second, Oklahoma third. And there are 10-1 teams on that graphic.
Off play action, Shermer had it tipped, I believe, fluttered out of his hands. Danny O'Brien got some pressure on him.
See big Danny O'Brien working the game inside, and he comes free, just gets his hand up. And the only Michigan player on this roster. He's been in the rotation since his redshirt freshman year, and now he's a redshirt junior.
He's a Flintstone, same home state as his head coach, Butch Jones. Vandy tried to throw it on first down, came up empty, and now on 2nd and 10, back to Ralph Webb. He has carried the ball on 6 of Vandy's last 7 plays. That time, no gain. Derek Barnett with the stop.
Barnett, a freshman All-American a year ago. He's another good young player for Tennessee. And we talk about all the youth for Vanderbilt defensively that's coming back next year. Well, there's plenty of it for Tennessee as Butch continues to add and stack recruiting classes. A lot of talented youngsters on this Tennessee defense as well.
Vandy, 3rd down for naught so far, 0 for 3.
What a draw play right here, Tom. Just 4 guys inside and nobody in the middle.
Movement from Tennessee. A whistle will stop play and a flag. I don't know if the Tennessee end reacted to the Vandy offensive line moving.
Might have gone draw play to Ralph Webb there.
Offside on the defense, number 9. He went into the neutral zone, causing the offensive player to react. That's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Another thing that would help for a young quarterback, hard count. Yeah, just give him the hard count. He got it there, but even when you come back here on 3rd and 5, that's when you would love an experienced and more experienced guy that could give you a hard count. Tennessee set to come off sides. Hard count, and that would just about give Vanderbilt a 1st down here.
Tennessee brings 4. Shermer incomplete. Rivers, his intended receiver. Darren Kirkland, the freshman, who's had a magnificent season for Tennessee, had the coverage.
Excellent coverage there by Kirkland. A 4-star recruit out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Lawrence Central High School. And it's played in some big ball games this year as a true freshman.
Cameron Sutton, 4th in the nation in average yards per return. He opened the game with a 28-yarder to give Tennessee great field position. Openshaw tries to get him moving backwards. He does so all the way back to the 14, some slippage. And he turns it upfield. Here's Cameron Sutton, flag down. Sutton breaks free. Flag all the way back at the 20, and Sutton has the sideline, and he'll have 6 if it stands. An 85-yard return for Cameron Sutton, but there's a flag down.
Amazing. Already has 1 punt return for a touchdown this year, and I mentioned it earlier, averaging over 17 yards per punt return on the season. You talk about 2 field position changers. It's Cameron Sutton and Evan Berry in the kickoff return game.
During the play, personal foul, face mask, kicking team.
An 85-yard punt return for a touchdown for Cameron Sutton. And Rocky Top coming alive.
Almost always, this is when you see a flag on a punt return or a kickoff return, you think it's on the receiving team. This one happened to be on Vanderbilt covering, and a face mask is gonna stand for Tennessee. What a weapon Cameron Sutton is in the punt return game.
Aaron Medley with the extra point, and it just gets inside the upright. Matt Leffler made the announcement that the penalty was on Vandy. He got drowned out by 98,000. Cameron Sutton brought him to his feet with this magnificent 85-yard return.
Take a deep breath in and exhale. And a gentle wave-like motion. Liberate your spine.
Good. And reach, toes blossoming.
Not that great at yoga.
Yeah, but when I slipped a disc, he paid my claim in just one day.
So he had your back?
Yep.
In just one day, we approve and pay. One-day pay, only from Aflac.
And as a team, I feel good about the look in our guys' eyes.
Frankly, it's all about the next week, period.
Tonight, the Aggies are looking to finish strong.
95 yards, touchdown!
The Tigers are fighting to bounce back.
The tailback spot going straight ahead. Leonard for that touchdown.
Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network and streaming live on Watch ESPN.
We are Fjallraven. We were born in the Arctic, tested in the ice fields and snowstorms. Winter is in our DNA. The cold has never stopped us. For over 60 years, Fjallraven has proven that great gear matters. When winter comes, are you ready to own the cold? Go to fjallraven.us to experience the difference.
Ramada Worldwide. Book on Ramada.com and save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights, plus earn 200 Wyndham Rewards bonus points.
Welcome into the studio. We will see you for the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report. Dory, Chris, Booger will take you, show you what's going on in the Iron Bowl. No first half touchdowns. We'll preview A&M LSU, get you caught up on what's going on around the league. Quick Tennessee Vandy thought.
A lot more big plays than I expected.
Hey, Cam Sutton, baby.
You predicted big things for Cam, guys.
All right, sorry, thanks. Here under the lights at Neyland Stadium, Tennessee has opened up a 27-14 lead. Thanks to the return game of Cameron Sutton. Second consecutive season he's brought one back against Vandy. The last Tennessee player to return 2 punts for touchdowns in the same season, Terry Fair, back in 1996.
What a weapon. Such a game, especially in this conference, in the SEC, a game of field position. On any given Saturday, anybody can get anyone, and they got two of the best in the country at returning punts and kicks.
And after the face mask penalty, a kickoff from midfield. Here's where the face mask occurred, top left of your screen. Emmanuel Smith, number 7. And ended up taking down his defender. And here's another look what Cameron Sutton did after stumbling at the outset.
Well, you almost think the stumble helped, because it got a lot of Vanderbilt players out of their lanes, out of position to try to go to the football once he started to slip. And well, when he regained his footing, it was on.
3 kickoff return touchdowns, 3 punt return touchdowns. Best in the country. Vandy back to the run game. And Ralph Webb all the way out to the 19-yard line. A gain of 8 on first down.
What I like about Ralph Webb is you don't have to hold blocks long with this guy. He gets to the hole, he gets to the spot quickly and makes a nice, quick, decisive decision when to turn up, when to take a 2-3 yard gain, and then as well when to try to bounce one and get extra yardage. He's a good all-around football player.
A workhorse. He just broke Jermaine Johnson's single-season record, and he's over 2,000 career rush yards, 2002 for the Gainesville, Florida native. They go right back to Ralph Webb. Khalil McKenzie and LaTroy Lewis in on the stop. Gain of 3.
He had a slow start to the season, McKenzie did, as he was hurt in camp. It took him a little while to get himself going, but once he did, you know, you could tell he's going to be a good player for a long time. Mentioned earlier, the #1 recruit in the country in a lot of publications. 6'3", 344, and he moves with quickness.
Comes from a Tennessee family. His dad, Reggie, the GM in Oakland, stopped by Faurot Field to watch the Volunteers play last week. His uncle Raleigh was an offensive lineman here back in the early 80s. Played in the NFL for 16 seasons. Flags down, and this one will stop.
Yeah, Jake Bernstein maybe got a little bit of a head start, the left guard for Vanderbilt.
And this has been an issue.
False start. Offense, number 53. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I mean, just in the Vanderbilt games that we've done this season, so many first down penalties, which takes Andy Ludwig out of his play calling situations that he wants to be in, puts a lot of pressure on undeveloped quarterbacks.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one. You know who it affects the most? Number 14, because he looks over wide-eyed. We've gone from 1st and 10 where you're feeling pretty good to now 1st and 15, and the pressure's on to try to deliver.
Here's Webb. Banging off bodies, carries it to the 25-yard line, gain of 8. What a weapon.
Boy, just a nasty run. Commit to it and then deliver some punishment on the back end of it.
He's over 100 yards for the day, 14 carries, 103 on the ground.
What's the shoulder lean here? He is leaning to draw contact, and you see the pile move forward about another 2 yards. Not a big back at 5'10", 202, but runs a lot larger and bigger than his size.
High snap, handled by Shermer. Another chance to run it. Webb spins off tacklers. He's got a first down. That time he rips off 12. Brian Randolph bounced right off of him. Webb's not a huge dude, 5'10", 202.
Now, you ask the coaches about Ralph Webb, and they'll tell you he's got great practice habits, which was one of the things when Derek Mason and his staff took over here that really caught their eye. And he made the most of an opportunity. Wasn't a starter, really wasn't getting any playing time. But then he stepped in as a redshirt freshman last year and has not looked back once he captured the starting job at running back.
He's the 14th 1,000-yard rusher coached by offensive coordinator Andy Ludwig. Looked like Tennessee moved first.
False start.
Nope.
Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Eric Gallagher and Owen Williams, one of them was going to get flagged.
Another thing you like about Ralph Webb is that he's just a good all-around young man. We spent a month this past May studying abroad in Australia, takes the schooling serious. He's a true student athlete, and every bit of that definition is Ralph Webb.
And now third in school history in a single season with 1,118 yards.
Big performance today. He could leave here with that record.
Shermer pressured, spun away, got to get rid of it. He does, and it is intercepted. No, incomplete. Cameron Sutton broke on the route, but was just out of bounds.
Try to give Latavius Rayford a chance to catch this ball along the sideline. May have been a little bit better served. You go late to Cam Sutton's side, he'll make you pay. Interception on the year, right there. Comes down out of bounds.
Well, those knees down, and did he have control of the interception? Showed it on the big board here in the 98,000 mini and orange.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. The previous play is under further review.
I think the correct call was made on the field.
You're looking at knees and elbows and whether or not he had control.
Well, I'm looking at the ball touching out of bounds as he's trying to reel it in. At the very last instance of him trying to corral the football, but that's a teaching moment for Kyle Shurmur. You get outside the pocket, it's a tight window. Just sail it out of bounds and come back. Just watch the football and whether or not it touches right there. That's an incompletion.
It would be the second interception of the season for Sutton. Remember, the ruling on the field was incomplete.
Indisputable video evidence. In this one, I think the ruling on the field will stand.
I don't know if there's another word used more often in football these days than indisputable.
Well, when you bring replay into it, better have something to go along with it. Would shock me if this were overturned.
It will leave a 2nd and 15.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass, second down.
Just watch the football all the way through to the very end of this play. Right there is when it touches. And it's clear. Good call by the officials.
Big game for Cameron Sutton regardless. Junior from Jonesboro, Georgia. 2nd and 15 for Vandy. They give it to Josh Crawford for the first time. Crawford finds only 2 yards on 2nd and long. And that will leave 3rd and long. Brian Randolph, the tackler.
Yeah, I think Sutton's ready for a double move. When you get guys biting up that fast, just double move him. You max protect, and it's either Sherfield, Scott, max protect, and then give him, a slant and go, something where you give Shurmur a pump to get him to really bite and then send him right up the field.
Is that something that the coaches need to see or that the quarterback can recognize himself?
And the receiver. You get knowledge from the receiver as well. How's he playing you? During this timeout, that's when everybody's sharing ideas. Look, he's biting. He's trying to beat me to a spot when I'm running the slant. That's all the information you need fed to the coaches, to the quarterback. That should be constant communication. And Shurmur should be asking his receivers those things during this transition.
Shurmur is the son of a coach. His dad, Pat, is the offensive coordinator for the Eagles under Chip Kelly, former head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Spent 26 years coaching. 15 in the NFL. Well, they did not have a good family Thanksgiving, did they?
No, that was been a bad couple of weeks for the Eagles.
Quite a party in Green Bay on Thanksgiving, though, with Brett Favre in attendance. His number retired. Fritz Shurmur. It's a key part of the Packers' success.
Keep an eye up top.
3-man rush. Shurmur looks right, comes back over the middle, deep, caught, first down for Caleb Scott. Big play, Vandy. It goes for 25.
The guy that I felt like would have a big game today, sure-handed receiver, Caleb Scott, working in the slot. And it's the eyes of Kyle Shurmur that moves coverage that allows Scott to get himself open.
Tempo now with the clock rolling. 1:09 to go. Shurmur pressured, steps up, and he can rumble a little bit. Shurmur picks up the first down with his feet.
Nice. That ball in the right outside hand, though. You got defenders closing from inside out. They're going to take a swipe at it, but he does the smart thing to get himself on the ground. They go man coverage. Here comes some pressure. They're able to pick it up, and he's an athlete. A guy that can make some plays with his legs. Smart, get the first down, get down.
9th play of the drive for Vanderbilt. Shurmur, beautiful route once again. Latavius Rayford. Pitch and catch for a first down, a gain of 14.
Boy, you got all you're going to get. Get out of bounds. Save me the timeout.
Laney's got 2 timeouts left. 41 seconds on the clock.
So now we're thinking trying to get, we've gone from a mentality of a field goal before the half to now getting in the end zone. You need the time.
Timeout taken.
Yeah, it just took too long.
I think they were wondering. They wanted the timeout a lot earlier than that. They didn't get it. We're talking to the official on the Vandy sideline, to the line judge, and saying, we're calling a timeout over here. You got to give it to us. So precious seconds wasted one way or another.
Mason animated about trying to get his time out, and I thought, you know, why not? Once Rayford didn't get himself out of bounds, then the timeout should have been called right away.
Mason had already signaled timeout and had turned around and walked back down the sideline. He said, I told you timeout.
They lost about a precious 10 seconds or so right there in that exchange when Rayford caught it and didn't get out of bounds to where he was trying to get the timeout and then ultimately got it. I like the job of Kyle Shermer working the sidelines. Now you go to the middle of the field, pick up a big gain, move the chains, it stops the clock. They go into the hurry-up mode, and then he goes back to the sideline, which he's expecting his receiver to get himself out of bounds. You got what you want here, but you got to be careful with number 7, the best cover man for Tennessee.
Butch Jones was occupying the officials' time. 2 of them over on the sideline talking with the Tennessee head coach.
Yeah, and they've made the adjustment. It was Justin Martin over on Sherfield before when he caught the touchdown pass. They've switched it to Cam Sutton.
Shermer pumps left, lobs the back of the end zone. Flag on the play. Yeah. Pass interference will be against Cameron Sutton, aiming for Sherfield.
There's the double move, the pump, and then put it in the corner of the end zone to try to get Sutton to bite, and the result is the pass interference because he's given a move and then Sutton grabs it.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference.
Well, maybe not.
The pass was uncatchable. Second out.
How do you like that as a quarterback in such close quarters where you need to put the ball in and drop it in the back of the
I'm trying to complete them all down here. I don't know how you can say it's not catchable. You know, the guy's falling down. It's in the area. If he doesn't fall, it's very much catchable. So to answer your question, I don't like it.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
How can you tell me it's not catchable and I'm trying to complete it? Middle of the field, wide open, Tom.
Shermer again to the end zone, incomplete. Begging for a flag that time was Trent Sherfield. I don't know if he got pushed or if his cleats gave out. So 3rd and 10.
But watch right here. You've got all the area in here. All you want is a move out here and back in the end zone. This guy's got the back, so he's going to move. Look at this, wide open. You got what you want right there. Just read things out and don't make up your mind before you throw the football. You like a matchup, that's fine. If it's not there, it's not clear, read it out. You had a touchdown pass.
12th play of the drive. Shermer left again. Picked off. Todd Kelly Jr. A 12-play drive and nothing to show for it.
Boy, I think they had the perfect play called by Andy Ludwig the play before. And you got it out here. He's just going to force one. Watch it here. Trying to come back outside. And the ball's thrown in. Just a heck of a play by Todd Kelly. They're going to check this to see if he indeed held on to the football, but I think it's going to be clearly an interception. The left hand around the ball. He tries to start a receiver outside and come back in. They had what they wanted formation-wise the play before, and the middle of the field wide open, and an opportunity got away from Vanderbilt to score right then.
It's the first interception for Kelly since he had 2 picks against Oklahoma. Second game of the season. Sophomore from Webb School here in Knoxville. His 3rd pick of the year.
Yeah, it looks like it's Rayford that slips, and I think he was supposed to come back inside, and if he doesn't slip, it may keep his body between the ball and the defender, and at the worst part of it would have been an incompletion. But boy, you had some bodies coming from inside out. There's a body and Foreman coming from inside out. Well, you get down inside the red zone. There are a couple of opportunities that you get, and you can dial up the perfect play. When they had pure man across the board and it was blitz, I think it may have been Caleb Scott
After
coming
review,
back
the ruling
underneath.
on the field stands. Interception.
That was the time that you had the advantage, and if he just reads it out and he's patient because he's got protection, doesn't have to rush the throw. He hits Caleb Scott on the move for 6 points.
I'll go back a play before, though. As a quarterback in the red zone, you get a flag on pass interference. That's a tight throw. You're going to be influenced by the coverage. If it was uncatchable, it's because your guy was interfered with.
He's interfered with, and he's slipping because of it. And you see the ball in the frame, so that means it's somewhere in the vicinity of the receiver. I don't know how you make that call, to be quite honest.
Fifth Vandy red zone turnover this year. 12 plays, 7-8 yards, nothing to show for it. Laura will be with Butch Jones in a moment, but first, the Auto Owners halftime report.
It is the Auto Owners Insurance halftime report, guys. Thank you much. So a good first half for Tennessee. Signs from Vanderbilt of offensive progress. Shermer made some good throws, but in the end, Tennessee really setting the pace later in the second quarter.
In the end, the same problems they've had all year long. The bane of the Commodores' existence, red zone and turnovers, exactly. Not able to stick it in there when they had the opportunity. You feel like they've hung in the ball game here, but you can't let opportunities like that get away if you're a Vanderbilt offense that struggles with
Very surprised by the defensive struggles from both teams. Like, we knew Vanderbilt's defense should be able to come out and play very well, but both teams have struggled defensively. Surprisingly, Tennessee makes the interception there at the end. It's the only defense that's really kind of made a definitive stop in the first half.
Yeah. Imagine if this team could finish this out, win a fifth in a row. It's crazy how things would have turned for Tennessee after the 3 early frustrating losses, but they're 30 minutes away from a 5-game winning streak.
You know, Tennessee struggled early, and I think they had to learn how to win. I think there's something to be said for learning how to finish games from a player standpoint and a coaching staff standpoint. So it looks like they got it figured out.
All right, let's go get you back there right now to Knoxville. Laura Rutledge standing by with Butch Jones.
Thanks. Coach, Vanderbilt with an opportunity to score, but Todd Kelly Jr. comes up with the interception right before the half. What was your reaction to that play?
Well, again, everything's about momentum, and you don't want to give a team momentum going in the locker room, and that was big for us, obviously.
Josh Dobbs getting it done with his legs and his arm. You told us he's making better decisions in the run game. How would you describe his first half?
Well, I thought he's managed the game. We're getting a lot of man-to-man coverage, and we're going to need that, obviously, in the second half as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Iron Bowl, Alabama trying to lock up a spot in Atlanta next week. The Tiger Walk at Cam Newton there. What's he doing these days?
He
11-0? Is that where he is? Jake Coker, 6-6 game, Coker deep. Look at the catch by Calvin Ridley, the freshman.
He's just continued to get better and better as the season's gone on. Really looking forward to watching his progression in the next couple years.
Darius Stewart with a great catch. Stewart, 5 first-half catch.
Let me guess, that's how you used to do it?
No, did you ever make a catch like that?
Coker, deep. He's got Stewart. Touch. Oh, no, he dropped it.
Boog and I argued about that. That should have been a catch right there. You thought it was maybe a little difficult.
It would have been a very difficult catch. He's falling back. His head hits the ground.
He got the ball.
I'll give him a break right there.
Come on.
I'm going to listen to the receiver on this one.
Thank you.
Yeah, 9-6, Coker. Oh, what an
Now, that should have been a pick six by
That's
Countess
why
right
you
there.
play defense, because you can't catch.
Countess missing out on absolutely a pick six. They're just underway in the second half. 12-6, Alabama with the lead. First drive of the game, Auburn goes right down the football, ran it down their throats. They've spread them out nicely. They've made Alabama put them in some uncomfortable situations. What do you take away from the first?
So I'm surprised that they've had the success running the football. I thought it was a foregone conclusion. You can't run against this Alabama defense, but you get the feeling maybe that they've let some opportunities get away by not sticking it in the end zone. Certainly, you feel like it's about to get broken open here soon by Alabama's offense.
It's tough to run against this Alabama defense in a phone booth, but what did Auburn do? They spread them out. They opened some lanes up, and Robinson and Barber were able to kind of get going up in the middle, but both teams had missed opportunities. Darius Stewart dropped a touchdown, and Blake Countess, that's a pick six.
Yeah.
Get your name in the paper, son.
And Jeremy Johnson underthrew Ricardo Lewis on what would have been a touchdown, too, for Auburn. So they've had opportunities. 12-6, Bama. We'll keep you posted there. How about Kentucky? We've talked it seems like since the beginning of the season. Can they get to 6 wins? Well, it comes down to the Louisville game again, a team against which they've lost 4 in a row. Bobby Petrino coached Louisville teams are 5-0 against Kentucky. Look at Kyle Boland. Oh, he's picked off, though, by Josh Forrest. Forrest goes 81.
Run, Forrest, run, Forrest.
I heard you starting it. I have to stop talking for that one.
Kentucky made the plays early, defensively, offensively, made the big plays we haven't seen them make for much of the season.
Guys, they were up 17 at halftime. They've won their last 17 when leading by at least 17 at halftime. Then just throw it up. Lamar Jackson, James Quick comes back to get it. Jackson, 130 passing yards, 186 on the ground, 3 total touchdowns. The second half was just sheer nightmare for Kentucky. Brandon Ratcliffe takes it in, and it ends up a 38-24 Louisville win. So Kentucky finishes just short of a bowl game at 5-7. Who knows? There'll be a 5-win team or 2, maybe a few in, but that's where Kentucky sits now, waiting for that call potentially. A&M and LSU, our nightcap tonight. Will it be, as most think, the last game in Baton Rouge for Les Miles? What a week it's been for the Hat.
Discussions are ongoing at the moment in Baton Rouge about how and when to remove Les Miles from his position.
Speculation on my job at this point is off limits. If someone's asking me if I'm coaching for my job, I think I've done that for 11 years.
If they don't want him to be the head coach, fire him, buy him out.
Nobody said we won't let go.
I think it's shameful the way the LSU athletic department has handled this.
It's pretty deplorable the way they're treating Coach Miles.
It's ridiculous. He's an institution at LSU. He's embedded in the fabric of that entire community in the state of Louisiana and every LSU fan.
I think you can look at the 110-32 record and say, LSU's crazy. Y'all should keep Les Miles. But there's an underlying factor that the error in the program is going down right now.
Obviously, I'm the coach, or something else happens, and obviously I'm not the coach.
It's over. It's only a matter of when they announce it at this point.
Coach, is this your last game here?
I have no idea. Would love to think that there's another 11 years. I enjoyed them so much.
A lot of opinions on this. You've been very outspoken as an LSU guy. Will it happen, and if so, when?
Well, in my opinion, I think it will happen. And I think when will be sometime after this game.
Today.
But Joe Lever still has to pull the trigger. He and the Board of Supervisors still have to be the ones that say it's time for Les Miles to go. And from what I'm hearing, it's not a done deal yet, but I think a lot of people read the tea leaves and they see kind of where this thing is headed. Les has done a phenomenal job at LSU. I just think, in my own personal opinion, the arrow in the program is pointed down right now, so you can allow it to continue to go down, or you can stop it before it hits rock bottom.
You know, I respect your opinion. It's your alma mater. You're closer to it, but I caution LSU fans, be careful what you wish for. This is a situation where a guy has had outstanding success in the most difficult division of all of college football. Where are you going to go to get better than what you have right now? That's my concern. Also, you look at the Nick Saban factor. He followed a legend, and he's having to compete against a legend in that division. As our esteemed colleague Jay Stu says, he ain't walking back through that door.
Well, here's the one thing that I think everyone needs to think about. Regardless of whether Les Miles comes back or he leaves, we all can agree LSU's offense has to get better. The predictability of the run game has to get better. And if Les is not going to change that, then somebody else has to.
Well, they've had a cycle of offensive coordinators and play callers, and we see the same thing.
Exactly.
All right, so that game is our nightcap on SEC ESPN Network, A&M at LSU. Josh Dobbs with a touchdown pass to Vaughn Pearson. 27 first-half points against Vandy's defense. That's a statement for the Vols.
This halftime report is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. You don't need to be famous to have an agent. Get a local independent agent at AutoOwners.com.
Hey, what do you think that sign says?
Eat more What is Well, it's the start of a word. Something like eat more cheese. Or eat more chili.
Chocolate. Eat more chocolate.
No, it's chowder.
Chimichangas.
Cheesecake.
Chewing gum. It could be chewing gum.
That's not how you spell chicken.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
I'd rather do anything else than sit at a dealership. It's a lot of haggling, and it takes so long.
Craig's experience is completely different than mine.
Yeah. Yes, Mike has used TrueCar.
At TrueCar, we'll show you how much others paid for the car you want and how much you should.
Because I used TrueCar, there was no haggling about the price. They treated me so well, and it was just such a quick, easy experience.
Get your car and get back to the life you love. Welcome to the future of car buying.
Impact, research, collaboration.
The Southeastern Conference Academic Initiative, providing new opportunities to lead, learn, and compete, honoring the achievements of the SEC faculty, students, and universities, preparing future leaders in higher education. Introducing an SEC University Education to the World. SECU, the academic initiative of the Southeastern Conference.
Welcome back to the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report.
Here come the Gators getting off the bus. They're at the Swamp with Florida State awaiting them. Florida knows it's going to Atlanta next week. What they don't know is if that game will be for a spot in the college football playoff as far as they are concerned. Got to win this one against the Noles and that one against either the Tide or Ole Miss to have a shot at that playoff. That's what awaits them. Florida will win this football game against Florida State, Mr. Gator.
Yeah.
What?
Well, they got to be more solid on the offensive line. That's been the problem they've struggled with the most offensively here this year. And really, it comes down to individuals making plays, whether it's pass sets and not, getting to your right spot there or allowing penetration on runs. There are plays to be made, but they're offensively, they have the right plays diagrammed and drawn up. Guys are getting open, but they're not able to execute because it's one guy or another letting their man beat them up front. We're focusing a lot on this Florida offense. Let's talk about the Florida defense, because Florida State has a running back by the name of Dalvin Cook. He's one of the better running backs in America. And we can talk about Treon Harris and the offensive line, but if they don't stop Dalvin Cook, they have no shot to win. Let's not forget, Florida State has had quarterback issues. They replaced Golson with McGuire. What he's going to do, he's going to turn around and hand the football off. So that defense better stop Dalvin Cook. Let's not forget, too, Bullard, McAllister, those guys, Taven Bryan, those guys are listed as questionable, doubtful perhaps. I'm pretty sure they'll probably end up playing, but how effective are they given their injuries?
It's a huge game. I think it's underplayed nationally, by the way.
Are you nervous?
I'm a little nervous.
Should be a little bit nervous. The games we're going to have on these TVs.
Oh, we got all our alma maters on at the same time,
That's
right?
exactly.
Fighting over volume.
Mine won't get the volume. It's not in the SEC. I hear you. South Carolina, look at that. Pharaoh Cooper being honored with the seniors.
Say it right, please.
Pharaoh Cooper.
Pharaoh.
Oh, like the coach. Here he goes, though. Pharaoh, 57 yards and a touchdown. 4 catches, 86 yards in his South Carolina finale.
How are we liking these uniforms, by the way?
I don't mind them.
Okay, just curious.
What about you?
Okay.
All right, Clemson, the #1 team in all the land here. Sky Moore hits Artavis. Scott forces a fumble. T.J. Holloman recovers. There were 3 Clemson turnovers, all fumbles by the Tigers. 3rd and 6 Gamecocks. Sean Carson takes it down to the 1.
How about the two-handed option pitch here, Bud?
It's called I'm scared now. I don't want to get hit.
Hot potato.
He took it in on the next play. South Carolina, guys, went for 2 to get to within 3. They're down 3 in the 4th quarter to #1 Clemson.
They used Lorenzo Nunez well all day. Great change up with the quarterback run, inside, outside, and on the option.
There's a reason that guy, though, is a Heisman Trophy candidate. Deshaun Watson threw for 279, ran for 114, 4 total touchdowns. And in the end, Dabo Swinney gets his first ever win at South Carolina. Clemson extends its national best win streak to 15 games, and the Gamecocks end up at 3-9. Georgia at Georgia Tech, trying to avenge last season's loss, though Mark Richt Dogs teams are 12-2 against the Yellow Jackets. Sony Michel, 24 for 149 and the touch.
Loved how they used Sony Michel today. Got the ball all over in different kind of ways, allowed him to do work in open space.
Justin Thomas rolls, but watch Jake Gannis. This was a 3rd and 7, but Gannis flagged for taunting. So a new set of downs for Tech. Thomas to Ricky June, touchdown. It's a 6-point game. Dogs then on their own 5. Grayson Lambert to Jeb Blazevich. That is a big play. Eventually allowed them to run the clock. Lambert, 18 of 25 for 224. The Dogs do win. 11th season in Rick's 15 that they have at least 9 wins. That would be Shermer to Trent Sherfield. Touchdown. But still, it's a Tennessee lead by 13.
It's nothing personal. It's just business.
Hello?
That's how some people do things.
Right away.
To us, everything we do is personal. Because we know that anyone can answer the call. It's who shows up that matters most. That's the quality of your independent agent and the company that stands behind them.
GameFly is the best way to rent and buy games.
Go on GameFly, click the games you want, put them in your queue. You get a game in the mail. Keep a game as long as you want. There's no late fees. When you return it, the next game comes.
Like magic, like magic.
They have new games, they have classic games.
And if you decide you want to keep them, all you have to do is click keep it,
And boom, you just bought the game.
If you're a gamer, go to Gamefly.com right now and start your free 30-day trial today. Now offering movie rentals. Products shown rated D through M.
We are saving money and we're playing more games.
The University of Tennessee is a place where minds meet and exchange ideas. Peyton Manning's comprehension skills are widely known. Professor George Farr studies materials down to 1/billionth of a meter. He's advanced everything from microcircuitry to cancer research. The exchange of ideas isn't always predictable.
Blue 58, Omaha.
But at Tennessee, it's all about the possibilities.
Omaha? Really?
ESPN College Football. Stream every game live at home or on the go. Simply download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. They call it the dog walk. Here comes Mississippi State in anticipation of the Egg Bowl matchup with hated Ole Miss. Yeah, how about 500-plus yards for Dak Prescott? Being honored as a senior, of course. Egg Bowl.
Here's your bowl bib, your ball game, the whole thing, all wrapped up into one. There it is. There's the kick. It curves. It is no good.
It's the ball game right here. He fumbles the football. The high hopes with which they enter the game have disappeared.
We don't know what's going to happen in the Iron Bowl. 12-6 Alabama lead right now. But if they should lose to Auburn, Ole Miss is playing for a trip to Atlanta for the first time ever. They've never had that. That could be on the line there. Either way, they need no more reason to be fired up than the fact that they don't like each other here. What's the biggest thing you'll be watching for in the Egg Bowl tonight?
How Ole Miss is going to defend Dak Prescott, because he has been on a tear, ladies and gentlemen. He has been having so much offense up and down the field. And think about this. Fred Ross has emerged as their #1 receiver over De'Runnya Wilson. So how's Ole Miss and that Land Shark defense going to deal with Dak Prescott and Fred Ross?
I think these teams are almost mirror images of one another. Great receiving corps, outstanding quarterbacks. I think the difference is which team's able to run the football a little bit better. I'm concerned with what I've seen from Mississippi State. They haven't really had a ton of success running the football this year outside of Dak.
You differed on your picks last night, right?
Yeah, I took Mississippi State.
I went Ole Miss.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So what a great night. We got a great night of college football. My goodness. I don't know. Who gets the middle screen? We'll figure that out later. That'd be you then. Cam Sutton, Boog said last night he'd have 2 interceptions. He does have a punt return for a touchdown. 27-14 Volunteers. Second half is next. Enjoy it. We'll keep you posted on what's going on at Auburn.
This halftime report is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. You don't need to be famous to have an agent. Get a local independent agent at AutoOwners.com.
The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. 2 days of activities, events, and games. And SEC Nation broadcasting live from the Georgia World Congress Center. The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. Friday and Saturday, December 4th and 5th.
The Aggies are looking to finish strong. The Tigers are fighting to bounce back. Texas A&M LSU. Tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN Network.
My Vanderbilt is creating solutions.
My Vanderbilt is creating change.
My Vanderbilt is creating magic.
My Vanderbilt is endless possibilities.
Possibilities. Possibilities.
Possibilities.
Introducing the Hammerhead Driver, the world's first powered screwdriver with patented circuit sensor, built-in voltage detection to help keep you safe around electricity.
Nice.
The Hammerhead Driver's compact lithium-ion battery allows you to work faster, longer, and charges with any micro USB cord. Its non-contact live wire detector alerts you to electric currents in outlets, switches, and fixtures, while the built-in wire stripper and wire bender save you time and steps too. And with Bit Grip, your screws stay attached so you can work with one hand. Get the revolutionary 4-volt Hammerhead Driver with circuit sensor technology today. And if you buy at hammerheaddriver.com, you'll also get this exclusive combo kit, which includes a 15-piece bit set and the innovative Bit Grip, all for only $39.99. Go to hammerheaddriver.com now or find it at Lowe's.
We start the second half at Neyland Stadium, this long-standing rivalry, and right now Tennessee in front 27-14. Here's a look at the numbers. 178 yards on the ground for this Vanderbilt team, paced by Ralph Webb. 15 carries for $115, averaging 7.7 yards a carry. First downs are dead even. Tennessee with an advantage on third down conversions.
Well, I think that's where it's got to get better for Vanderbilt. They're winning time and possession. You know, stats look good. Probably their best offensive first half of the season, but got to be able to put it in the end zone when it counts the most to seize momentum.
Laura Rutledge caught up with Derek Mason moments ago. Laura, what did he have to say?
Derek Mason said he's been pleased with the offense so far, other than a poor decision right before halftime, of course, the interception. But he said he's liked the way they've moved the chains. He said the defense has to help them out. They've started uncharacteristically slow. He was not happy with that, but pleased with what he's seen from the offense so far.
Yeah, Laura, this Vanderbilt defense has been so good, the strength of their team all season, and they gave up 17 in the first quarter to Tennessee. Only average giving up 18 points a game. Trying to keep it away from Evan Berry. Another short kick, and this time from the 20-yard line. Tennessee will once again have good field position. Going out of bounds at the 29 is Josh Malone. We need more Dari. Let's take you back to the studio for an update on the Iron Bowl.
Under up.
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard that. It is an SEC Right Now, brought to you by State Farm, and finally a touchdown in the Iron Bowl. Alabama, Jay Coker avoids the pressure, eventually fires downfield for Ardarius Stewart, makes the play, and it's 19-6. Alabama.
Jay Coker made a couple of nice plays during that drive and then capped it off with a touchdown pass to Stewart. He looks sharp for Alabama.
First play of the second half, and it's Josh Dobbs keeping it on the read. Darian Herring with the stop, a 2-yard gain. Josh Dobbs averages 4 yards a carry, Andre. They didn't really go to him much in the run game against North Texas. They didn't figure they would need to, but he's such an integral part of what they do that he's going to be dominating the football in many ways.
Yeah, came into this game about 530 yards on the season, but he's such an electric runner. When you break and he can break contain, or you leave the middle of the field open, he can make some plays.
He swings it out to Hurd. Hurd gets wrapped up by Darian Herring. No gain that time. Dobbs is averaging 12.6 yards a carry tonight.
And Vanderbilt really needs off the field here on third downs. One of the better third down teams in the country. 4th overall, 1st in the SEC coming into this game. At just 26% on third downs given up.
Pressure coming. Dobbs can't escape. He does. Somehow Dobbs gets free. Head up the sideline. He got blasted just before the marker, and they'll mark him out at the marker. Looks like he picked up the first down. Weatherly flushed him out of the pocket. Burks popped him, but the spot will be a friendly one for the Vols.
Boy, and Weatherly goes high. Josh Dobbs, a strong football player. He's a strong quarterback. You go high, he can just shake off 6'5", 250 pounds of Stephen Weatherly and get close to the first down marker. So close they're going to measure it here. What an athletic play by Josh Dobbs. Watch Weatherly come off the edge, and then Dobbs breaks the tackle. I think he's going to be just short of that first down marker.
You saw where his feet were, but it's where the ball was when he goes out of bounds. And it was just in front of him, just in front of his chest. I agree with you.
Does Burks clean him up? Got it.
With that run, Dobbs set the Tennessee single-season record for rush yards by a quarterback.
So athletic, so tempting to run him even more than they do, and you kind of have to pull the reins back because he's such a dynamic runner. Really helps the entire running game with Hurd and Kamara, that he can run between the tackles. You can actually show it. They've got a play. They show it to Hurd, and he'll follow Hurd into the hole.
Officials are going to go talk with Derek Mason after that spot. By the way, the record Dobbs broke, single season rushing yardage for a quarterback, was held by Jimmy Streeter. He set it in 1978. Derek Mason feels that his team has been on the short end of a couple of calls by this crew today.
Yeah, especially trying to get that timeout right at the end of the first half. Precious seconds got away from him when he thought he had the timeout.
So a fresh set of downs for Josh Dobbs in Tennessee. And Vanderbilt's going to take a timeout. Remember, the marker on this side of the field is unofficial. The official set of sticks is on the far side.
Vanderbilt has called a timeout to challenge the previous ruling of a first down.
And so Vandy wants to challenge the spot. And they'll go back and take a further look at the location of the ball when Dobbs was hit out of bounds.
Yeah, because I see where Coach Mason's going with this. If it's short, maybe Butch will punt the football away based on the field position. Just shy of about the 40-yard line.
They needed to get to the 39. He was hit at the 38 and a half. And
I thought all along it would be short of the yard line to gain. And I don't know that there's enough indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field.
The ruling on the field stands. Yeah. It's a first down. Vanderbilt has charged the timeout and has no more challenges left in the game.
Well, basically, the replay officials just told Derek Mason that there's not enough video evidence to overturn it, which is why they're going to leave what was called on the field the way it was. Stand and we will move on and play on.
I don't know that the replay guys have confirmed a single call today or reverse. They haven't reversed one, but everything has just stood. They haven't gotten the looks, and that one is complete. It's Josh Smith with the second big catch of the game. That one goes for 17 yards.
Josh Smith, I think, has got a place in football for a long, long time. The Julian Edelman, Danny Amendolas, the slot receivers that are quick and can make plays, and he's not a small guy at 6'1", 216.
Here's a big guy, Jalen Hurd. Let's go back and check in with the studio again.
Guys, let's do another one. SEC Right Now brought to you by State Farm. We just told you and showed you Jay Coker's touchdown pass. How about Prayer and Jordan Hare? Round two. The pass tipped by Jason Smith, who comes down with it and scores. It's a one-score game, guys. 19-13, Bama.
Still got a ball game.
I tell you, weird things happen on days like this. 7-yard run was the longest of the day for Hurd, and now a touch pass to get it out to Alvin Kamara. Loses one guy. It's taken down by another. Oren Burks finally stops him. 17-yard gain on the touch pass from Joshua Dobbs.
Boy, just plays with so much confidence. Watch the first defender and watch the body language of Kamara here. It's like, you're not going to touch me. I'm not even worried about the first guy. You know, it's the second and third defenders that show up that might have a chance, but the first guy has no chance in space.
Pressure coming. Dobbs straight ahead. First down run. Oren Burks tasked with making another stop in the run game. That's a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, show it inside to Hurd. They go outside. It leaves a void right in the middle of the field for Joshua Dobbs to take advantage of. Now you got inside, you got outside, you got the defense very much off balance.
Hurd to the 5. Gain of 2. Lialo at the bottom of that pile. Injured player, one of the Tennessee offensive linemen, Ja'Shawn Robertson, who just returned to action from an ankle injury last week against Missouri. Tennessee has had 5 different starting combinations on their offensive line this season.
And he's starting because Marcus Jackson was lost to a bicep injury and started every game last year on the right side of the offensive line. He moved to left guard in the absence of Jackson, and you see him here just get leg whipped by Weatherly. Just comes down on the back of his legs, and
didn't help that he got folded in half either.
Yeah.
From the mid-state at a Montgomery Bell Academy. Nashville's been fertile recruiting ground for Butch Jones.
2014 freshman All-American and the 4th true freshman is starting an opener at that along the offensive line for Tennessee. He'll be a good player for a long time.
Dobbs has passed for 1 touchdown. He's run for another. Tennessee knocking on the door. 2nd and goal from the 5. Dobbs just tripped up. He gains 3. Dobbs on this carry, on this drive of 9 plays has completed 3 passes for 34 yards, and he's run it 4 times for 26.
When you play this type of front, you're just inviting quarterback draw.
Look at the whole pile move.
You go 4-man front with 1 linebacker, or you leave it empty with 4-2 and you try to shade the linebackers outside. And a big guy like Josh Dobbs, you can't play that way against him.
They're going to leave the offense on the field on 4th and goal.
A big opportunity here for Vanderbilt.
They've converted 11 and 13 times this season. In fact, 8 in a row. 4th down conversions for Tennessee. Ball came loose. Hurd was stopped short anyway. Zach Cunningham is the one that forced it loose. Hurd able to recover it, but irrelevant. They turn it over on downs.
What a play by Zach Cunningham. Watch the middle of the field as Hurd tries to go airborne. It's actually Weatherly who gets it out of there, and Hurd's lucky to come up with the ball, but it's still going to be short of the goal line on 4th down anyway. Excellent play by Weatherly. Came in here with 8.5 tackles for a loss on the season. Give him another one.
10 plays, 70-yard drive, nothing to show for it.
This is where you have to take care of the football with a young true freshman quarterback backed up on your own end of the field.
Coming out of the student section.
This is where I would just take a quick 5-step drop and put it up. Outside on the edges.
Shermer lobs it incomplete, trying to find Stephen Shoy, the tight end, who's held without a catch so far today.
And even that's holding on to it a little bit too long for my liking. Forget the play action. Get back, get set, get it out. Because they are playing downhill. They're coming after you. They're going to try to force a safety in this situation, which is why I would not try to run Ralph Webb here. Get back, get set, and the ball comes out. Find a matchup that you like and get the ball outside on the edges where he goes out of bounds or it's a completion.
It's Webb instead, and Webb takes it to the 5. So it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Could run a draw play here and you make it look like pass. And maybe the linebackers bite. You get a nice false step by a linebacker and a block, and you can free Ralph Webb up. There's the pressure.
Shermer dropped in the end zone. Derek Barnett with the sack and the safety.
You just don't have time to sit in the end zone and read coverage. His decision's made. Ball's got to come out. It should have been gone. You know, it's quick. Things happen quickly. Ball's gone right now. You don't hold it that long. It's got to come out to the outside where it's out of bounds, short side of the field, take a shot down the field, but the ball has to come out. That one is on the freshman quarterback, Kyle Sherman.
First Tennessee sack since August of 2012 against NC State when Kurt Magid turned it in. Volunteers getting points from special teams and defense.
I'm really into this car, but how do I know if I'm getting a good deal? TrueCar knows exactly how much people have been paying for the car I want. I tell TrueCar my zip and what car I'm into, and it shows me the TrueCar curve. This shows the range of prices people in my area actually paid for the same car. Looks like these folks paid a little more than everyone else. And this guy got the deal of a lifetime. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
Hey, Chip, how'd the discount double check work for you?
Great. Just wish I had double-checked those throwback uniforms, though. Cannot believe I found your size. Woo! Look at that, huh? Woo! You liked them, though, right?
No, I didn't.
It pays to double check. Save big with State Farm.
I play my heart out, and this is the big break I've been looking for.
My family's been shopping at Belk my whole life.
Now they're helping us launch our music career with the Southern Musician Showcase.
It's fashion, it's music. I feel like an edgy Southern belle.
We as Southerners have a sense of pride about our music.
We want to give our absolute best.
Music is the heart of the South, and Belk gets it.
Belk salutes the winners of the Southern Musician Showcase. Hear more music, see more styles, and learn their stories at belk.com/music.
There's so many football players who are majoring in aerospace engineering across the country. You know, it's kind of unique, it's kind of different. My teammates kind of make fun of me sometimes. They're just like, you're always working, you always have so much homework. But, you know, they respected the internship within Pratt & Whitney. It's been a great experience. It's been really cool just seeing how the engine works, how powerful it really is. There's a lot of things I can do with my aerospace engineering degree once I finish playing, and so I'm definitely excited about the future.
Beautiful shot of the Tennessee River in downtown Knox Vegas here at Neyland Stadium. Tennessee leads Vandy 29-14. Let's take a look at a tough and tender moment brought to you by Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. For the game today, 19 seniors honored, including junior college transfer Vaughn Pearson, senior from Newport News, Virginia. And early in the game, Josh Dobbs found his wide receiver for Pearson's second touchdown of the season.
What a nice ball game. Came out, felt like he would play well, and had himself a touchdown pass. Has had a couple of plays as well that he was involved in, giving Josh Dobbs another weapon in the pass game to go along with Josh Smith and Josh Malone.
Hayden LeCoch to kick it off. Evan Berry has had one opportunity today. That was on a short kick. From the 20-yard line. All the way out to the 47 is Josh Malone. Next Saturday, SEC Nation will be live from Atlanta at the SEC Championship. Joe Tests and company will be at the Georgia Dome for the 24th annual SEC title game. They'll award a college football playoff spot to the victor. SEC Nation, presented by Dr. Pepper, next Saturday at 1 Eastern on SEC Network. Penalty yardage tacked on to the end. Let me ask you, Andre, if Florida gets by Florida State and they knock off Alabama, that's a big if. And if, maybe a larger if, they're able to beat Alabama in the SEC title game, are they in the playoff?
If all those things happen, I think so, because where Florida State they're ranked coming into today's ball game, and you knock off the number 2 ranked, it will all depend on, you know, the upward surge they would make after defeating Florida State, whether they can get close enough.
Because there wasn't much of a surge coming from Gainesville last week.
I mean,
ball came loose on a Dobbs run. It was a gain of 4, and they say he was down and it's second down.
I think a tough couple of weeks for Florida.
The ruling on the field was the player was down. Second down.
The elbow's clearly down before the ball comes out.
Andrew Williamson tried to
Swipe it away. Vandy needs a stop. Hurd rips off a first down running. Got 6.
That's what they can do to you. Josh Dobbs on a run. Jalen Hurd, Kamara. We don't know where it's coming from.
Here's Kamara. They got contact in the backfield, but it's able to shrug that off, and he rips off a 10-yard run straight down the sideline. Andrew Williamson escorted him out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, this kid's got some speed. And they're not afraid. We saw it earlier in the game. They're not afraid of running between the tackles. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield. And there's the comparison today. All 3 guys contributing in a major way.
They're looking to become the most prolific Tennessee rushing team since the 1994 squad. That one is incomplete. And there comes a flag.
Looking for Pearson again on a slant route. Looks like Tarpley may have grabbed a hold of him. Felt him slipping away inside. Sometimes that's the best remedy, rather than allowing him to catch it and trying to catch it and run him down. Just take the penalty and save the touchdown.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference. The contact was after the ball had passed already. It's second down.
Let's take a look here. Pearson trying to get inside on the slant. I could see that. It's a good call.
So 2nd and 10. Dobbs got tripped up at the line of scrimmage. This is a Tennessee team averaging 213 rush yards a game, the highest since the 94 team averaged 231. That 94 team had NFL running backs James Stewart and Aaron Hayden on it. Their starting quarterback by the middle of the season was a guy by the name of Peyton Manning. 3rd and 8. Dobbs over the middle, incomplete. There is a flag. That time it was Ferguson.
Formation dictated where you were going to go with the football to Josh Smith, basically in a one-on-one situation, and they motioned Kamara over there as an underneath route.
Pass interference on the defense, number 3. That's a spot foul with an automatic first down.
To assure they're going to hold the coverage and allow Josh Smith to work. So they pull the linebacker out, and then they get Smith working against Torrin Ferguson, which is a matchup they like.
Here's Hurd straight ahead. Touchdown, Tennessee. 14-yard run for Jalen Hurd.
Watch the lead block. You got Vic Wiseman pulling around along with Alex Ellis, the tight end. Just kind of clearing things out for Hurd, who patiently waits on the blocks.
6 plays, 49 yards, 2:14 off the clock. Tennessee getting it done on the ground. Dobbs carried most of the load, and then Hurd with a burst up the middle for the sophomore from Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
We've got Allstate, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, I found this new thing called
Allstate Quick Photo Claim.
It's an app. You understand that. Just take photos of the damage with your phone and upload them to Allstate.
Really?
So you get a
quicker estimate, quicker payment.
Quicker back to normal.
I just did it. But maybe you can find an app that will help you explain this to your father.
Quick Photo Claims. Just another way Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. Regions, every day is game day. Tommy Copper has designed comfortable copper and zinc-infused compression gear that redefines muscle recovery and soreness relief for young and old.
It's not a matter of if you get hurt, it's a matter of when and how bad.
I've seen every kind of different injury there is. When I'm done riding bucking horses, my day job begins.
Every little positive increment you can get to make your body feel better counts.
Because of my sport, because it's so brutal, I wear compression all the time.
I really consider a Tommy Copper knee sleeve my security blanket.
Compression is a great way to relieve those everyday aches and pains.
From top athletes looking for another notch on their belt to everyday folks that can't call in sick with a sore knee, shoulder, wrist, foot, or elbow.
Doesn't matter if my feet ache. I need to show up every day.
No excuses.
That's how you stay on top. That's how you become a champion. That's how you put your name in the record books.
Tommy Copper's original 24-hour compression is designed to help harness the body's natural recovery.
You got to go to TommyCopper.com to get it.
Dory Noka in studio. Dak Prescott coming off a 500-yard performance and a win at Arkansas, hoping to lead his Bulldogs to a 9th win this season as they take on Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl. That's on ESPN2. And then 7:30 Eastern right here. Les Miles, is it his last game? That's the indication. LSU, Texas A&M, guys.
And Dari, if it is, look at how Les Miles stacks up with other legendary coaches who were let go with fantastic winning records, including Larry Coker won 80% of his games at Miami. Of all of these guys that were let go, outside of Jimbo Fisher, who replaced Bobby Bowden as a coach in waiting, Lane Kiffin had the best record when he replaced Phil Fulmer and won 7 games. Jim Tressel had 7 wins when he replaced John Cooper. Be careful what you wish for when you make a coaching change. Let's go on the field, check in with Laura.
Tom, after Derek Barnett's sack for the safety, defensive coordinator John Jancic was so fired up he lost his shoe. He was looking around for it everywhere. He was able to find it, put it back on just in time to tell his team he needs them to take over this game. He said, I don't want them scoring in the second half. Shut them down.
How do you lose a shoe as a coach?
Jump right out of it, I guess.
I mean, there are some coaches who want to put it up somebody's backside, but when things are going well, you lose a shoe.
But when we talk to him, you hear the passion in his voice that he has for the game, that he has for his players. He's willing to share information with us during the week as we try to get ready for these games. And I tell you what, he's easy to play for because he gets your blood boiling, gets you fired up, and he loves the game of football. And more importantly, he loves young men that play the game and play it hard and play it the right way.
They've held Vandy to 14 today. 2nd and 8. Flag on the play.
Yeah, this could be holding on Will Holden, the left tackle for Vanderbilt.
Jalen Reeves-Maben in on the stop for Tennessee.
Personal foul, chop block, number 53 and number 74 of the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty, second half.
You know, Vandy's in a dangerous situation here. We still got a quarter and a half to go. And the most disappointing loss for Vandy last year was their loss at Mississippi State. They got outplayed, and Derek Mason said, I thought our guys didn't play through the entire game. This is a slippery slope for him here. A lot of mistakes piling up, missed opportunities.
I thought a golden opportunity missed to get within striking distance right before the half. It was actually Latavius Rayford that came wide open on an underneath route in the middle of the field. It was a layup shot for Kyle Shermer, and they let that one get away from him.
2nd and 21. He's pressured again. Shermer can't get out of there. It's another sack for Tennessee. 2nd for Derek Barnett. 3rd for the Volunteers.
Let's go back and take a look at the missed opportunity. You're going to have Sherfield out here. He's going to go on the corner. Caleb Scott's going to throw a nice little underneath pick for Rayford, who's going to come wide open in the middle of the field. This is right before the half. Would have got him within striking distance. Look at that layup. That's as wide open as you can get on any level of football. That, I thought, since then, the entire flow, momentum of the game has been all Tennessee.
Rivers takes it up to the 19, gain of 10. Barnett another stop.
But those are things that as a young quarterback you have to see. And there are moments in a game, especially a tough road game, that there are opportunities you just have to capitalize on. And he'll learn from that. They'll watch the film and break it down. And it's an opportunity missed because Caleb Scott threw the perfect pick for Latavius Rayford.
Cameron Sutton has 1 punt return for a score tonight. He's got 2 on the season. They'll have some room. And they get a hand on him at the 39-yard line. 36-14, Tennessee on top of Vanderbilt. 47-yard punt, 6-yard return. Great night on Rocky Top for those.
Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
December 12th, the biggest fight in UFC featherweight history is finally on. Champion Jose Aldo takes on bitter rival interim champ Ireland's Conor McGregor. Only one will leave undisputed. Plus, undefeated middleweight champion Chris Weidman puts his belt on the line against Luke Rockhold. Witness history live from MGM Grand Garden Arena. UFC 194 live on pay-per-view.
We are Fjallraven. We were born in the Arctic, tested in the ice fields and snowstorms. Winter is in our DNA. The cold has never stopped us. For over 60 years, Fjallraven has proven that great gear matters. When winter comes, are you ready to own the cold? Go to fjallraven.us to experience the difference.
Let's get all the facts out there. According to a source, there is a very good possibility that LSU will buy out Les Miles' contract. They've lost 3 games in a row for the first time since '99.
Has it been that bad?
It's been that bad, but it's been a progression from 2011. It has been building, and I think it is coming to a head. Let's say LSU becomes open. That sets off a domino effect.
You think about what we've seen this season so far. Spurrier in the middle of the season resigning. Now we're seeing the same thing from Gary Pinkel.
Now that said, they've got to find a replacement.
It's been one domino after another in the coaching fraternity. Word out of Blacksburg is that Justin Fuente, the Memphis head coach, will take over for legendary Frank Beamer. So if you're looking for a job, cross that one off your list.
Illinois.
Hawaii has hired Nick Rolovich of Nevada. Illinois extended Bill Cubitt, their interim head coach. But with those moves come other openings, obviously. And there may be one more opening in the SEC.
And a couple of guys that not a lot of people are talking about. Tommy Tuberville at Cincinnati and the job that he's done, his experience in the SEC, I think it's perfect for South Carolina.
We got some contact up front. Jay Woods ran right over Coleman Thomas.
How about the job that Todd Monken has done at Southern Miss this year?
Defense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, first down.
1-11 a couple of years ago, and they put together a 9-win season, beating Louisiana Tech today 58-24. There's another one. Matt Rule at Temple and the job that he's done. this year.
I wonder.
And it makes total sense as well. Tom Herman, who was hired by Mack Rhodes at Illinois.
Here's Hurd. He's got daylight. Jalen Hurd in a foot race. Checked down at the 10 by Andrew Williamson. A 48-yard rumble for the big fella.
Boy, and I tell you what, Andrew Williamson needed every bit of that angle to run down the 240-pound Jalen Hurd once he breaks the line of scrimmage. This is what happens when you continuously pound away and you get man-to-man defense. You break the line of scrimmage. It's a foot race.
Hurd again. No gain that time. He's got 16 carries for 101 yards today.
But to tie up that coaching deal, Tom Herman, it seems likely that Missouri's going to, your alma mater, with Mack Rhodes as the athletic director, hired him at the University of Houston. They're going to make a play. I mean, there's an opening there and some familiarity with a head coach and the athletic director.
Now 2nd and goal for Tennessee. Kamara squirts through. You know, I wonder, talk about some lower school names and guys who have had success. I wonder if there's any program out there that we just showed that wants to differentiate themselves, that wants to make a run at Ken Niumatalolo of Navy. What Paul Johnson was able to do with the option at Georgia Tech, you're hiring basically a Paul Johnson disciple. It's got to be the right fit. I think that's key for all of these programs.
I could see it, but it's not the sexy thing in college football right now. More teams are opting to, for the spread, what players are doing in high school.
Dobbs fires a strike, hooking up with Von Pearson for the 2nd time today.
What a senior day for Von Pearson. Big part of the game plan coming in today. Got the first touchdown of the game today from Joshua Dobbs, and then a second one on a short roll from Josh Dobbs once again.
Pearson came in with 1 touchdown of the season. He's got 2 today. Coaches had to brave the tricky roads, the mountain roads and passes of Northern California to recruit Pearson at Feather River College. Extra point is good. Tennessee up 43-14. Dobbs and Pearson hook up again.
Two-thirds of our planet is covered in it. So why do nearly 800 million people suffer from lack of clean water around the world? That's completely unacceptable to me, and that is why I'm working on a way to solve this global problem. Like here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. By taking the polluted water we already have and providing technologies to filter it back into clean water. My name is Manny, Senior VP of Technology. We are Coke.
Phil, what happened to you? Oh, it's Black Friday. It's crazy. Saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
Well, I slept in and saved thousands.
There's a more civilized way to do Black Friday. Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands during the Buick Black Friday sales event? Now make your best deal on select 2015 Buick LaCrosse models in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's $8,000 on this LaCrosse.
Tennessee rolling on Vandy, 43-14. Volunteers in control. It's all in the family for linebacker Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Remember Ole Miss running back John Avery? He's a cousin of the Tennessee linebacker. Show is Cameron Maybin, who's in the building tonight. Former Brave center fielder, now with the Tigers. Aaron Maybin is a cousin. He was a first rounder of the Bills. Rashad McCants, former ACC Player of the Year at North Carolina. Yeah, he was a first rounder. And his sister Rashonda was a second rounder of the Minnesota Lynx. All in the family.
A lot of talent.
Reeves-Maybin.
They cover a lot of sports.
And I was talking with Cameron when we were last year, a couple of weeks ago. He said Jalen took it upon himself to add the Maybin to the end of his name. Remember, his dad, Marcus, was a fine player, 1,600-point scorer for Denny Crum in basketball at Louisville. To the 15 and not much more. Let's check in with Laura.
When Kurt Magint went down for Tennessee, they really looked to Jalen Reeves-Maybin to be a leader, and it's been interesting watching them on the sideline. Magint will go over to Reeves-Maybin and say, hey, this is what I'm seeing out there. We need more sideline-to-sideline play, more energy. And then Jalen Reeves-Maybin will communicate it to the rest of the defense as Kurt Magint gets out of the way, really letting Reeves-Maybin be the leader that they're looking for.
Magint went through the ball walk today, albeit on crutches, and Butch Jones has been relatively non-committal about whether or not Magint would be able to return in time for a bowl game for Tennessee. It simply isn't likely with his health situation, the fact that he's still on crutches. But Reeves-Maybin taking over that leadership role, as Laura talked about in the production role of A.J. Johnson from last season. And a tremendous year for the junior from Clarksville, Tennessee. Pass complete for a 9-yard gain to Sam Dobbs. Kenny Bynum, the first man there for Tennessee.
Sam Dobbs, one of those true freshman tight ends. He and Jared Pinkney. He's got a bright future in this program.
Pinkney, they were really leaning on this year.
Yeah.
He was injured in the opener against Western Kentucky on a Thursday night on Nashville's West End. Second down 1. Play action. Shermer. Great coverage downfield, and he flicks it out of bounds at the last second. Derek Barnett chasing him. He's been a monster in Kyle Shermer's eyes today.
He has a safety. Mentioned earlier, a freshman All-American last year, and is really starting to play some impressive football. 6'3", 257. Excellent edge player to go along with Corey Vereen and LaTroy Lewis on the other side. They've got the interior part of this team just about built to where they like it.
On third down, they went straight ahead with the first man through Rivers. He did not get through.
Guess who? Jalen Reeves-Maybin. The first to arrive for Tennessee defensively. It's about leverage in short yardage situations, and Tennessee clearly gets the leverage. They're under the pad level of the Vanderbilt offensive line. They get penetration, and they stop Rivers short of the first down marker.
Sutton's been magical tonight. Does he have another one in him? They knocked the punter down, no flag. And a fair catch taken at the 34-yard line. SEC college football continues tonight from Death Valley at 7:30 on SEC Network as Texas A&M takes on LSU in primetime. SEC college football tonight on SEC Network.
Freedom and justice for all.
A&M hasn't beaten LSU since they joined the SEC. Amen, pass the turkey.
Oh, boy.
Here's Alvin Kamara. He's got the edge. Whoa, my goodness, he did it again.
What an athlete. Man, what an athlete.
13-yard gain.
And a brave athlete as well. I wonder if he's got a little hurdling in his background in high school. Look at the speed to turn the corner. You're not going to go low on me and take my legs out. I'll just go over the top of you. Finish this thing off.
Ryan White punched him out of bounds. Look at Kurt Magint react. Straight ahead, Kamara. Running in between the big fellas. Lialo with the stop, a gain of 5.
Started his career at Alabama, 1 year at Hutchinson Community College, where in just 9 games last year, he rushed for over 1,200 yards. We mentioned his hands out of the backfield. He's just outstanding in space.
Stephen Weatherly is the injured Vanderbilt player. Pardon me. Clarification on the injured Vanderbilt defender. We can only get a partial number, so we will refrain from it. 43-14, Tennessee on top of Vandy. It is Darian Herring, not Weatherly. Darian Herring.
Yeah, this is
who
the
injured
second
his ankle early in the game.
Yeah, second time that he's been down. And it may be around that same ankle that he turned earlier in the game.
We saw Ethan Wolf offer to help him up.
Senior from Stone Mountain, Georgia, Stevenson High School. A lot of talented players have attended that high school and that program.
And that's a relatively young program. (43-14) here. Let's go back to Dari in the studio.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. We'll try to keep you guys company here as long as we need it. Hopefully not very much longer here. Chris, Booger here. Tennessee with an explosion. We've seen them be able to run the football well all year. We thought maybe against Vandy it wouldn't be as something they could do, but they've continued doing it.
They were played tough in the first half and all of a sudden exploded offensively, and it's been primarily without Jalen Hurd, too. Seeing Kamara have such a great win there and Dobbs looking really good offensively.
All right. Boog doesn't get to talk this time because we're playing football.
Yeah, he was quoting kid and play selections earlier in the day, so no harm, no foul. Here's Hurd again. Another big game.
Hurd must have heard Chris and decided he was going to join this party of Dobbs and Kamara.
118 yards for the big fella.
What? He is an impressive young man with 240 pounds and 6'4".
.291 yards on the ground for Tennessee. Hurd again, running over his own guy. Weatherly with the stop.
He came in second in the SEC in rushing yards per game at 213. They have eclipsed that mark already.
I remember the first couple possessions, Dobbs came out throwing.
To loosen up the defense, to let you know, hey, we're not one-dimensional. I think that's what people fail to realize about Tennessee is that he has improved as a passer. He's got playmakers on the outside that are starting to step up for him. Marquez North is a guy received big target that's been hurt most of the year. But you know, now other guys like Josh Smith, Pearson, who's having an outstanding game, along with Josh Malone, starting to show up in the passing game for Josh Dobbs.
And in the 109th meeting between Tennessee and Vandy, we've got 3 quarters in the books. Smokey loves it. Party on Rocky Top tonight. The Volunteers in control of this rivalry game.
Friday night, buddy, you are gonna need a wingman. And my cash back keeps the party going.
But my airline miles take it worldwide.
It shouldn't be this hard. With creditcards.com, it's easy to search hundreds of cards and apply online. Creditcards.com.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. You paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process, approve, and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Hey, you got this party hopping. Plasma blender. What you powering all this with?
Honda. EU 2000. Lightweight, reliable, super quiet. Can't beat them. What about you?
Grandpa. He's been going strong for 82 years. I gotta go.
Nothing powers your party like a Honda. Honda generators. Very smart.
54? 54?
Right here, dude. Here's your Call of Duty Ultimate Care Package.
Nice package.
Thanks. Oh.
55.
The ultimate care package. A Tex-Mex bacon thick burger and chance to win Call of Duty Black Ops 3 prizes like an epic in-game weapon camo at Hardee's.
A 1, a 2, a 3% cash back.
Next, there's gotta be a better way to find the right card.
CreditCards.com lets you compare hundreds of cards to find the one that's right for you. Just search, compare, and apply at CreditCards.com.
Watch ESPN brings you all of your favorite ESPN networks, including the SEC Network and SEC Network Plus. The SEC Network is 24/7 coverage of the Southeastern Conference, including live events and studio shows. SEC Network Plus includes over 1,000 live SEC sporting events, only available digitally through Watch ESPN. Watch anytime, anywhere on your smartphone, tablet, computer, or TV. Download the app or visit watchespn.com.
Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
This isn't what we're used to seeing from the Vanderbilt defense. They've allowed a season high in points and the most since getting blanked at Mississippi State last year, 51-0. 424 yards allowed, 293 on the ground. And that third down conversion that you were raving about earlier in the game, Andre, just hasn't come about.
Good football team that's kept them off balance throughout this game. The run, the pass, inside, outside. Tough to pinpoint Tennessee.
On 3rd and out, they try to set up the screen. Hurd has it. And he takes it to the 20. Burks with the stop, first down Tennessee after the gain of 9.
His edge blocks to set up the screen. Josh Dobbs does a nice job as well, inviting the rush to his body, and then a nice lob shot. Little fadeaway jumper to Jalen Hurd.
Kamara gets wrapped up by Burks. Brought down by Herndon, a gain of 7.
This is a weapon here. You talk about Kamara. The ability not only to hit the edges with speed, but to run between the tackles with some power. At 215 pounds, and the quickness to make defenders miss in space. Dangerous.
Out of the pistol here with Kamara. And snuffed for no gain. It's actually a loss of 1. Landon Stokes in on the stop. Sophomore from Orlando.
Had a good ball game. Called his name on a couple of occasions today.
3rd and 4. Vandy shows pressure. Dobbs fires on the run, incomplete. I noticed the guy who got crushed against the wall in the first half has found a better vantage point.
I'll tell you what, when the ball got down on this end of the field, he probably was already moving.
They'll be on your toes down there. Aaron Medley on to attempt a 32-yarder. He's already made a 47-yarder tonight. Sophomore from Lewisburg, Tennessee. It's good. 46 on the board for Tennessee against one of the nation's best defenses. All Vols tonight in K-Town. 46-14 UT.
There's still time to enter the Allstate It's Good sweepstakes for your chance to win great prizes every week. One lucky fan will win $100,000 a trip to the Allstate Sugar Bowl and then meet Kirk Herbstreit at the 2016 National Championship game.
It's good!
Enter today at allstatecfb.com.
From the gifts they want to the ones they really want. From big gifts that mean a lot to little ones that mean everything. Get the perfect gift for everyone and share wonder on Christmas Day. Walmart.
The Aggies are looking to finish strong. The Tigers are fighting to bounce back. Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. 2 days of activities, events, and games. And SEC Nation broadcasting live from the Georgia World Congress Center. The Dr. Pepper SEC Fanfare. Friday and Saturday, December 4th and 5th.
Tennessee has run 66 plays today. 45 of them have been on the ground, and that's netted the Volunteers 299 rush yards tonight.
Yeah, and I think the thing that the common thread in all of this is Josh Dobbs' first run inside, second one outside. Jalen Hurd in between the tackles. This one he reaches outside. Then there's a sprint with Williamson to the end zone that actually Williamson stops him short. Then Kamara between the tackles. Then again outside on the edges. That has kept Tennessee off balance Vanderbilt off balance all game long. The ability to run between the tackles as well as outside with success.
3 different runners, 3 different hairstyles. 120 for Hurd, 93 for Dobbs as he nears 100, and Kamara with 88.
88, he needs 12 to go over 100. Dobbs is 7 yards and plenty of time to get it done, where they finish with 3 100-yard rushers in this ball game.
Nice 1-2 punch. 1-2-3 punch if you include the quarterback. No return for Sims. On Monday, Frank Martin in South Carolina look to extend their win streak to 7 when they host Western Carolina. Gamecocks fresh off a tournament title win at the Paradise Jam in St. Thomas, and they're off to the best start since 2003-2004 when they began the year 8-0. Western Carolina, South Carolina Hoops, Monday at 7 Eastern on SEC Network. Rick Barnes is the new head coach here on Rocky Top. The former Texas head coach has gone to the NCAA tournament 17 of the last 18 years. They lost a tough one today in action earlier this morning against Nebraska. Here's Webb on the left side. And he gets corralled after a gain of 4. Micah Abernathy with the stop for Tennessee.
Abernathy may have had let go just in time so he doesn't get called for a horse collar. Webb, who was about to go by him, and he just grabbed a hold and hung on.
Shermer tried to rush for it, and Corey Vereen brought him down after a gain of 2. What's next for Kyle Shermer this offseason as a young quarterback to develop?
It's film study. It's speeding up his game, speeding up his decision making.
Dumps it over the middle. It'll be right at the yard to gain. Trent Sherfield with the catch.
And then trusting his eyes. I mean, once you've got some stuff on tape, you watched all this film of all these other guys. Now you can go back and assess your own game and see how you perform and where you are and what you would have done differently. So he's got all that stuff on tape now to go back and take a look at to better his overall game.
Webb for a couple up the middle. Remember, we met with the Vandy coaches earlier this season, and they said Shermer's great in the film room. You know, he can pick it all apart. He was like a coach in the room, but the biggest question was to transfer that to the field. And the way Derek Mason described it was taking it from the class to the grass.
Yep. He's got some sayings, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Big hit after he let it go. Took a shot to the back, and it's incomplete.
Talks about playing top-down defense, keeping things in front of you, so to speak.
That's not a reference to riding around in a convertible?
No. Oh, no, not hardly, my friend.
Third and 7. Pressured. Shermer goes down. 4th sack of the game for Tennessee. It's the Maven, Jalen Reeves Maven with the sack. Let's check in with Dari back in the studio.
All right, Tom, thank you much. Again, we're all going to be watching tonight to see if this is the end of the run for Les Miles at LSU. Many indications obviously are. He did get a nice ovation when he entered the stadium at Tiger Stadium. Chatted with Kevin Sumlin, also John Chavis, guys.
All right, Dari, thank you. 4th down punt, fair caught by Tennessee. That's coming up after us as A&M looks for its first win against LSU as SEC foes. 46-14 here, Tennessee in cruise control.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Introducing Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Tough, but also tender.
Thank you.
Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Dried to be tough, flame grilled to be tender.
The General scores again and again with super low monthly payments for car insurance. Just go to thegeneral.com on your tablet, computer, or smartphone, or call us for a fast free quote. Affordable car insurance with low payments, great discounts, and a choice of payment due date. Find out how low your monthly payment can be. Get a free anonymous online quote now. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
I don't even know why you like it here. I've got it. Don't touch me. I know how to ride.
Why are you dating a city girl?
I don't know, buddy.
Should have went to farmersonly.com. City folks just don't get it.
SEC Network Football is brought to you by Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Dried to be tough, flame grilled to be tender.
Beautiful shot over the Tennessee River here in East Tennessee, and look at that moon shine. 46-14, Volunteers in front of Andy. $11:05 remaining in the 4th quarter. We got a new quarterback in the game. Quentin Dormady has taken over for Josh Dobbs. They expect a lot out of Dormady, and they've gotten a lot from Alvin Kamara. 9-yard gain on 1st down. Quentin Dormady, freshman from Bernie, Texas, looked great on the practice field. You posed a question to Mike DeBoer. What do you do with this kid going forward?
And they said they really hadn't talked about it because they're going to have Josh Dobbs back next year. And do you redshirt him? Do you save him where he has 3 years to play? And maybe with an injury to Josh Dobbs, if he's forced into action, God forbid that happens. But what do you do with a talented player like Dormady, who's come in here? He's smart. He knows the entire offense. early January enrollee who's put on about 15 pounds, looks the part. Solid young player.
Jamel McIntosh taken off the field. Dormady last saw action a couple weeks ago against North Texas. 3 of 5 for 36 yards. He's only thrown 14 passes on the season because of the way Tennessee's season has unfolded. There just haven't been opportunities for him that maybe they would have expected there to be before the season began. I think North Texas is a great example. They would have loved to have gotten him a half a play, but they struggled. And Dormady fires one complete, catch and run for a first down for Abernathy. Ralph David Abernathy, transfer from Cincinnati. He's an Atlanta native. His late grandpa, Ralph Abernathy Jr., was a leader in the civil rights movement, a close friend of MLK Jr. His dad, Ralph III, served in politics in Georgia.
You see the talent, Quentin Dormady as well, able to move, reset his feet, shoot it out there in a hurry to Abernathy to allow him to make a play and pick up a first down. But this is a good-looking young quarterback.
On first down, Dormady flushed and incomplete.
He's one that a lot of programs would like to have, but a healthy quarterback situation here at Tennessee, and Josh Dobbs, and if they had to go to Dormady, they're in good hands there. A young player that I agree with this approach by Butch Jones in terms of don't put him in to just hand the ball off. You know, the guy has put in the work in practice. You never know when you're going to need him, the game experience. Let him go out and operate the offense. It's not about running the score up. It's about getting players, and Abernathy's another one, you know, just guys that have worked to earn the right to be on the field. Go execute the offense. And you don't know when you're going to need them at whatever point, bowl game, whatever. It's let them operate and reward them for a year of hard work.
It's simple player development.
It's exactly what it is. It's not about, hey, they're still running the offense, they're still throwing, they're trying to run the score up. No, I'm getting some quality work for young players, and I agree with it totally.
9 minutes left in the fourth. Big lead for Tennessee. Vandy shows blitz. They bring an extra man. Dormady gets it out to Kamara, and Alvin Kamara sheds one man, cuts it back to the middle. Alvin Kamara on his feet inside the 10. Beautiful vision by Alvin Kamara and balance for a 35-yard run.
What a player. And how about the blitz pickup for recognition on the part of Quentin Dormady? Senses the blitz, knows exactly where to go with the football in a hurry. So he's protecting himself by knowing where to go with the ball and then get it to a playmaker like Kamara and let him operate in space.
Joe Young now in at tailback. Volunteers without reserve running back John Kelly, scratched before the game with a left foot injury. Young, a freshman. Dormady looks in zone, lobs it back corner, and that's incomplete. Nice catch, Fireman.
Nice job.
Replay booth said it never hit the ground.
Awesome.
Key is, Andre, you got to get your hands underneath the ball.
You got to get underneath it right there, and he's down, knee down. How about that? Ref says no, I say yes. Completion. Well, there's the middle of that field, wide open again.
First touch for Young. He's in. And his first touchdown for the freshman from Winsboro, South Carolina.
Once he broke the line of scrimmage, Vanderbilt playing perimeter defense, leaving the middle of the field open, and a young true freshman and Joe Young, once he broke the line of scrimmage, it was easy work to get into the end zone.
And look who's carrying him off the field. Stephen Weatherly is the injured Vanderbilt defender. Junior from Snellville, Georgia.
You see here a couple of nice blocks up and inside, sealing things up for Joe Young, and That's showing nice patience for a young back.
Friendly fire got Weatherly. Tennessee put 55 on Western Carolina. Third week of the season. George Bullock will attempt the extra point. Fourth-year junior out of Knoxville's West High School. And he puts it through. He hadn't attempted a field goal in his entire time here at Tennessee. And now on Rocky Top, he gets a chance for an extra point. Joe Young, maybe the next in a long line of great Tennessee running backs, finds a checkerboard for the first time.
I'm really into this car, but how do I know if I'm getting a good deal? TrueCar knows exactly how much people have been paying for the car I want. I tell TrueCar my zip and what car I'm into, and it shows me the TrueCar curve. This shows the range of prices people in my area actually paid for the same car. Looks like these folks paid a little more than everyone else. And this guy got the deal of a lifetime. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
Hey, Chip, how'd the discount double check work for you?
Great. State Farm combined my home and auto, so saved me big. Just wish I double checked those 80s throwback uniforms, so. One for you. Cannot believe I found your size. Whoop. Look at that, huh? Could have sworn he said the 1880s. You liked them, though, right?
No, I didn't.
It pays to double check. Save when you combine your home and auto insurance.
Got some folding to do.
Talk to a State Farm agent today.
There's nothing like game day. Franklin American Mortgage. It all begins with home.
Texas A&M LSU tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
Dory Noka in studio. What a performance by Derrick Henry. The icing on the cake right here on fourth down. 46 carries, 271 yards, making a Heisman statement. Bama wins by 16, guys.
Boy.
Dari, consider the numbers for Henry. Alabama ran 76 plays. He carried it 45 times at 60% of their plays. Here's what the playoff rankings look like as of this week. Clemson escapes South Carolina. Alabama gets by Auburn, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State. And Bedlam from Stillwater tonight on ABC in Iowa. Undefeated. The last team to beat Iowa. The only team to beat them in this calendar year. Tennessee, bowl game last year.
That's right.
Sims hesitated. Slides by the first guy, then a couple more, and gets taken down from behind at the 34. By the way, for Derrick Henry today, tied for second most in school history in an SEC game. In SEC history, excuse me. Herschel had 47 carries against Florida in 1981. Trey Mason in the championship game against Missouri in 2013 had 46.
I know it's
tied for the second most in SEC history.
If you have an undefeated Clemson, it's tough for people to really understand what I'm about to say. But Alabama's the best team in the country. It's just that Clemson's undefeated, and they got to have somebody undefeated in the #1 slot. Alabama's the best team in the country. It's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I think we learned last year, and this might prove to be the case going forward again, as that pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. if I'm one of those teams in the conversation, just get me in. I don't care what the number in front of my name says. I'm going to have an opportunity to prove it in a couple of semifinal games.
Well, it's that, but it's who you play in the opening round where you get arguably
Iowa instead of
you want Iowa.
Oklahoma.
Exactly.
I think at the end of the day, where we are with only 4 teams in a college football playoff, there's not going to be much difference between those top 4. Here's Webb. He's been a difference maker today, and he just slipped in the open field. Turf again, and that maybe cost him a touchdown or at least another 10 yards. 17-yard run for Webb. Here's what it would look like if it started today. And by the way, Michigan State hammering Penn State tonight. Notre Dame still has Stanford remaining next week. So, tonight. You're 2-3 Alabama, Oklahoma, and you're 1-4 Clemson and Iowa.
Truth be told, last year Florida State was undefeated all the way through, and they come in at like 3 or 4, I think.
Iowa did not convert a 3rd down against Nebraska, and they still won that game. They do so many things well. Long throw from Shermer will cover 10 yards and a first down for Vandy to Sherfield.
We're talking about making plays on the outside. You have to be willing to do it and committed to doing it, and not just bunch everything in and play protected football. I think next year Vanderbilt will open things up a little bit more for Kyle Shermer. As they go through an offseason with him going into the season as the starter. Free him up a little bit.
Vandy opens next season against South Carolina on a Thursday night. Opener of the year on September 1st. Who will be South Carolina's head coach in that one?
That's a good question. I told you
Fuente, and it won't be Herman.
I told you who I thought it would be. Or should, they ought to take a look at. It's Tommy Tuberville at Cincinnati. Knows the culture of the SEC very well from having coached at Auburn. Look at the job he's done at Cincinnati. Kick the wheels on that car. Or kick the tires, rather. Might break a toe.
You would. You might get booted. They do that in Knoxville, No game.
They do that. I witnessed it happening to somebody last night.
Ralph Webb gets turned over. Wow,
boy. Went all the way upside down.
Colton Jumper, sophomore from Chattanooga.
A lot of young talent. Butch has done an outstanding job stacking recruiting classes, and have another one this year.
Here comes pressure up the middle. Shermer's got time. They pick everybody up, and he goes deep. End zone look, batted away. Great play by Emmanuel Mosley, but we got a flag. He made contact before the ball got there on Chris Quintero.
Yeah, I thought Shermer would get to it just a little bit earlier. Give Quintero a chance to come down with it.
Pass interference. Defense, number 12. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Keep waiting on this rule change. A lot of rule changes from every couple of years. This is one I'm waiting on, the spot foul and interference. It's there. There's pushing, shoving going on, but waiting on that one to become a spot foul. All is well in the world of Andre.
Yes. That and a jar of sweet tea, and you'll be happy.
Oh, yeah. Love some sweet tea.
5:41 left in the fourth.
By the jar.
Right. Play action. Shermer pressured. Eludes it. Will try to dump it off to Shoy. And just a little too much on that one.
This one maybe an underhand, just a little flip where Shoy can handle it. Flip it forward and let him run with it.
Dangerously close to being over the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
It's a weapon and it was a big part of this program for a long time. Stephen Shoy, well respected around the SEC, around the league, and just hadn't gotten out of first gear this year.
Did not have a catch against Florida or Houston. Play action again. There's Shoy.
Soft hands, excellent receiving tight end. His burst to his game. He's going to play on Sundays. No doubt in my mind. Somebody's going to give him a shot. Come away with a good football player.
Senior from Evansville, Indiana. First down for Vandy. Jalen Reeves-Maben was talking shutout earlier this week. They've allowed 14, and it's up to the reserves to keep Vandy out of the end zone one more time. To the slant, incomplete. Trying to find Chris Quintero. You're talking how good Alabama is, best team in the country. A lot of people agree with you.
That's my opinion. I think so.
Former Tennessee baseball player, SEC Player of the Year, Chris Burke chimes in. He said the Volunteers are the best team in the East, no question. We saw Florida up close and personal. They only have one loss in the season.
Right now, if they were to play at this point in the season, I would say yes. I would have to believe that Tennessee would be favored in that football game after, without Will Greer at quarterback.
They had that lead late at the Swamp and let it get away. Had three fourth-quarter leads in losses this season. The combined record of those teams with the Alabama win today is now 31-3. Rivers leaves. Oklahoma playing tonight, as will Florida. What a finish to the season by Arkansas, by the way.
Let one get away last week against Mississippi State. Should have won that game and finished 8-4 in the year.
3rd and goal, looking for his tight end over the middle, and that's caught. Shoy with the great hands, and he hauls it in for a Vandy touchdown from 3 yards out.
Just a weapon I think they've overlooked all year long. Stephen Shoy. You see him here as they run the flat flag drag and actually flat curl, and Shoy curls it up. Shows the 8-1 to young Kyle Shermer, who hits him right in time, or just in time before the defenders are able to rally up.
2 touchdowns for Shermer today. Both of Shoy's catches on the game have come on this final drive. 10 plays, 66 yards. And extra point is good from Tommy Openshaw. 4:01 remaining in the 4th quarter. Tennessee all over Vandy, 53-21, but the Commodores getting some work in late. Shermer to Shoy.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
We've got Allstate, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, I found this new thing called
Allstate Quick Photo Claim.
It's an app. You understand that? Just take photos of the damage with your phone and upload them to Allstate.
Really?
So you get a
quicker estimate, quicker payment,
quicker back to normal.
I just did it. But maybe you can find an app that will help you explain this to your father.
Quick photo claims. Just another way Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
I play my heart out, and this is the big break I've been looking for.
My family's been shopping at Belk my whole life.
Now they're helping us launch our music career with the Southern Musician Showcase.
It's fashion, it's music. I feel like an edgy Southern belle.
We as Southerners have a sense of pride about our music.
We want to give our absolute best.
Music is the heart of the South, and Belk gets it.
Belk salutes the winners of the Southern Musician Showcase. Hear more music, see more styles, and learn their stories at belk.com/music.
Tomorrow's match day, and that is when Sal finds out what kind of doctor he's going to be, where we're going to be for the next 6 years, where we're going to need to buy a house. Tomorrow will change everything. I never go into the bank, so I don't really know what they can help us with, but we're hoping to get a little guidance with what to do financially. Maurice definitely helped us with realizing how many tools Regions actually has, and Sue was great with helping us with our mortgage.
We do have a lot of programs for first-time home buyers.
I feel so much better knowing that everything's taken care of. It feels exciting. It feels scary. We have a lot to look forward to. I'm so ready to take our next step.
Ayers Hall stands watch over Neyland Stadium. 53-21, Tennessee on top of Vandy. Vols looking for their 8th win of the season. Our Quicken Loans player of the game, Josh Dobbs, 140 yards through the air, 93 on the ground, 3 touchdowns to his name today.
First charge timeout, Tennessee.
How about that?
That's a 30-second timeout.
That might be a sign that you got a lot of reserves in on the on your special teams when you have to use a timeout on a kick return. Let's take you back to the studio. Dari, what you got?
Well, guys, we know there may be some concern, LSU and A&M fans, as they want to watch this game. Your game going a bit long. Kickoff set for 7:39 Eastern officially. We'll keep you posted on any status updates. By the way, for the record, I'm on Twitter doing the same old thing. Also, Maria with Les Miles before the game. Andre, thunder up.
So Mavs.
So Les taking the field. Most wins as a head coach in LSU history. Les Miles to this point has won 78% of his games as we round up. Second to Charles McClendon in total wins.
We're going to do that. As you said earlier, there better be a plan in place, or be careful what you ask for.
Tennessee only has 1 man deep. They're thinking about an onside kick from Vandy. And Vandy trying to kill it in the dead spot. Beautiful over-the-shoulder catch made by Pearson. 3:59 left. Pride of the Southland will next appear in a bowl game. Tennessee should be in good position for a great bowl. There's Joe Young. By the way, we could have, as of now, maybe 3 to 5, 5 and 7 teams qualify for a bowl this season. We need 80 bowl teams, and there's a handful of teams out there that so all the 6 and 6s are going to be covered. That's good news because in the past some have been left out. You're talking about Nebraska, ECU, Minnesota, UTEP, Rice, maybe Kansas State took care of Kansas today. Gary Pinkel may get another game. Missouri finished 5 and 7.
I just can't dance to that music.
Kentucky should have had 6 wins. They melted down in the second half.
I just can't dance to that music. 5 and 7 going to a bowl game. It's hard enough for me to wrap my hands around 6 and 6 and go into a bowl game.
Times have changed.
But 5 and 7, something needs to change.
You're
right.
Number 66, 5-yard penalty, second down.
You're absolutely right that something needs to change. I agree with you.
We'll get you to Baton Rouge as soon as we hit zeros on the clock here. 3:10 to go. Tennessee in control against Vandy in the 109th meeting between these two. John Chavis back in Death Valley tonight. This game flipped, at least from a momentum standpoint, when Vanderbilt missed a red zone opportunity. And after that, Tennessee showing how good they are, just put their foot on the neck of the Vandy team.
I mean, you're looking at a 1-score game. If you're able to hit that pass underneath that's, wide open, inviting you to take, going into halftime with all the momentum in the game. You miss it, and Tennessee comes out, and then it's game on. They did not let up after the turnover, the interception. Kelly, it was all Tennessee from that point on.
And Vandy had some other opportunities. They had the big 4th down stop at the goal line in the 3rd quarter, and then gave up a sack in the very next play, or a couple plays later, I should say. Timeout
Second
taken by
charge
Vanderbilt.
timeout, Vanderbilt. That's a 30-second timeout.
Home crowd not appreciative of Derek Mason stopping the clock. It's the most points scored in an SEC game for Tennessee since 2003, when they hung 58 on Mississippi State.
Derek Mason's continuing to coach his team as well.
Should note that he's also getting booed by A&M and LSU fans who are waiting for their game to start.
The booze all the way from Baton Rouge.
Right. This Tennessee program's got some momentum. Expectations were probably out of whack coming into this season based on where the offensive line was.
They're going to be right back there, or maybe
they're way higher
going into next season. No doubt about it.
Way higher
on how they finish in their bowl game and things of that sort. Lofty expectations for 2016.
Nate Renfro to punt for the first time tonight. Transfer gets it away. It's a good one. Taken all the way down at the 20 by Sims. Sims spun free, then got popped at the 31. 47-yard punt from Renfro, 12-yard return. Well, you look at the state of the East and what Tennessee has coming back. The biggest question mark, I think we can all agree, coming into the year was the offensive line. And Butch Jones has raved about the job that his O-line has done. Once again, as you mentioned earlier, Andre, they finally got back to the numbers that they need. And that's what helps protect you against injuries or poor performance. But without depth, you got your hands tied. Final home game for Kyler Curbison out of Knoxville Catholic.
And I think the depth actually showed itself at some parts of the season along the offensive line when there were injuries and they were plug and play, and they were in that mode from week to week and still able to compete and win football games to get themselves to a point where they're going to finish 8-4. And they'll be the talk of college football once again in 2016.
We still have 4 minutes before kickoff between Texas A&M and LSU, but coverage has already begun on the SEC Network alternate channel. So if you prefer Brent, Jesse, and Maria over me, Andre, and Laura, you can go there now. If you're looking for the SEC Network alternate channel in your area, go to secnetwork.com/channel. We will get you to Baton Rouge just as soon as this game ends. Big completion over the middle for a first down to Sherfield. It goes for 13 yards. You can bet there'll be some conflicting emotions in Death Valley tonight.
No doubt about it. All the things that surround Les Miles before and after and during the game.
Nathan Marcus with his first catch. He goes for 12 and a first down.
Still shuttling in personnel, trying to get another score on the board here.
You think that's going to be a hard game for Les Miles to coach, or can a guy like that compartmentalize and just focus on the game at hand?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough game to coach. I really do. Once it kicks off, then it becomes a little bit easier to where you're not thinking. But as you get closer to the fourth quarter, whatever the outcome's going to be, that's tough. But leading into it had to have been one of the worst weeks of his entire coaching career, being asked that question over and over. Is this your final game as the LSU Tiger head coach? At some point, I thought he handled it perfectly, because that could get extremely frustrating.
Shermer over the middle, tipped in, incomplete. 52 seconds remain here on Rocky Top. They're a couple minutes away from kick in Baton Rouge. Well, this is our last regular season game until we reconvene for the bowl season around the holidays. What a tremendous job by our crew all season long.
It's been a fun year. Entertaining year as well on all fronts.
That guy Joe Taylor ever respond to your emails?
Yeah, he did.
Here comes the blitz. Shermer stands tall, lets it go deep down the sideline. Inbounds or not, ball's caught, and it is complete. They're going to give it to him at the 8-yard line. Trent Sherfield on the deep ball. It goes for 35 yards.
Oh, what a nice job of concentrating here by Sherfield. Watch him here having to break stride, turn. The right foot's down. Excellent job. Excellent concentration. Shermer's had that shot a couple of times and overshot it there. He put one in the area of Sherfield that allowed him to get himself down in bounds.
85 yards receiving today for Sherfield on 6 catches.
Might as well finish it up top. I mean, they're inviting it.
Look that way. Back in the end zone. Too much. .38 seconds left. 2nd and goal.
It's a thrown maybe just a little bit lower. Had the look they wanted, one-on-one. When you get down here, the safety really can't get over the top quick enough to help out. So it's essentially one-on-one up top.
Sims in motion. They'll roll the pocket. Pressure. And it is incomplete. Kyle Shermer was out of the pocket. 3rd and goal with 30 seconds remaining.
Time running out on him. On that play, just held on to it a little bit too long. This game's going to slow way down for Kyle Shermer next year. Valuable experience he's getting right now.
3rd and goal. Shermer flicks it out, complete, and into the end zone. Dallas Rivers, touchdown Vanderbilt, 8-yard strike. And the Tennessee coaching box next to us not happy they gave one up late.
Yep, going through his progressions, able to find Dallas Rivers late. Watch him here. He will scan the entire field from right to left. He knows where the check down is, finds a throwing lane or creates one, a little side, kind of a sidearm little flick. And whatever you can do just to get the ball to the receiver, you do it. And Dallas Rivers is going to reward him with a touchdown.
3rd touchdown pass of the night for the freshman Kyle Shermer. Openshaw's extra point is good. 9 plays, 68-yard drive, 1:23 off the clock. They have kicked off in Baton Rouge, A&M and LSU. It's available on the SEC alternate channel. Go to secnetwork.com/channel if you're looking for the alternate channel in your area. Derek Mason used the timeout in that drive, trying to make sure his guys were on the same page, and they're able to put together a scoring drive late. And you talked about Kyle Shermer getting in the film room, the difference between watching somebody else's film and watching your own film, watching what you did and the defenses you saw in a game.
It's all the way down to body language, foot placement, all that stuff. It's just different watching another quarterback than watching yourself do it. And as well, you want to turn the film on in front of all your teammates and have them see that it's you that's the leader of the football team. That's part of it as well.
Ralph David Abernathy back to receive this kick from Hayden Lekoch. Short kick handled, mishandled, just outside the 20. Let's take you back to the studio, check in with Dari.
All right, Tom, just showing people what you're talking about. LSU and A&M are on the SEC Network alternate right now. LSU forced a 3-and-out, so Brandon Harris and the Tigers take over here early in the first. One more note, Chad Kelly, a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Rebels up 2 TDs in the Egg Bowl already.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought Dak was going to go out strong, but he has plenty of time left in that one.
There's a lot of time left, but Chad Kelly's had an outstanding season for Hugh Freeze at that position. So it looks like he's going to finish it off well.
Final play of the game. 53-28 our final. Got to get you to Baton Rouge. Brent, Jesse, and Maria standing by. Could be the final home game for Les Miles. So long from Knoxville.